You are looking live at the Viking Pavilion in beautiful Portland, Oregon, as Prestige proudly presents Combat Clash PDX. My name is Jordan Castle, joined in the booth once again by the influencer, the Z-Man Brian Zane, for Prestige's biggest show ever.
I tell you what, Viking Pavilion was rumbling before, but now it's a whole earthquake because the Tower of Power is here. What an ovation for Amira here.
And those watching on home on YouTube Live, your opening contest is scheduled for one fall. In the ring from Portland, Oregon, the Tower of Power, Amira!
A year and a half, Brian Zane. That is how long Amira has wrestled professionally. That is how long it took for her to endear herself to this, her hometown crowd. Talk about a special moment to get us kicked off.
Not just endear herself to the crowd, Jordan, she's a star. I'm going to say that right now.
Yeah, the grass is also green, Brian Zane.
Can't teach that kind of popularity.
You want to talk about star, you want to talk about popularity. How about her opponent? She's just happy to be here, and we are so happy to see her.
She's back. Looking to come back in a big way is Kylie Rae.
Her opponent, making her way around the ring from Chicago, Illinois. Please welcome Smiling Kylie Ray!
Here we go, get the running start.
Gotta get the slide. And of course, Brian, the last time we saw Kylie Rae in a Prestige wrestling ring, she fell to the pink striker, Miyu Yamashita, in her Prestige debut. That was back in Roseland 8. Interestingly enough, on that very same event, Amira picking up a career win over the Afro-Punk Trish Adora. So despite the experience edge, perhaps the mainstream popularity edge belonging to Kylie Rae, Amira not only has the hometown fervor, she also has the momentum here in Prestige.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Momentum is everything in professional wrestling as this first matchup for this historic event officially kicks off. How about that, Jordan Castle? Prestige Wrestling's first arena show.
It is a monumental night for Prestige, for the Pacific Northwest, for independent wrestling, dare I say, the sport of professional wrestling as a whole. Referee Buddy Ruth assigned to officiate this, our opening contest. Use that hashtag, Combat Clash PDX.
And you can't forget, of course, our very effervescent ring announcer, Evie Kiyoshi.
The best in the biz. Shout out his Wooloo gang.
He's multilingual.
Look at this, Kylie Rae with the show of respect in the early going here to Amira, the code of honor adhered to Amira, someone who's made several appearances on Ring of Honor television, on Honor Club as of late. It's a very interesting match. Both of these competitors feed off of positivity. They are sportsmen.
And look at this. Patty cake, patty cake.
We're seeing that here.
Bubblegum in a dish. Well, you know, it's time to get that. That was fun. That was lighthearted. But now, here we go. It's time for the actual wrestles.
Collar and elbow tie up here. Amira with the size and power advantage. Kylie Rae, I believe, with the height advantage here. Perhaps going to have to use that leverage. Has the wrist lock employed. Amira reverses.
I mean, Amira, she is short in stature, but she is one of the, pound for pound, one of the strongest individuals, regardless of gender, that I have seen in some time.
They don't call her the Tower of Power for nothing, Brian Zane. We've seen her employ that world's strongest slam on opponents large and small, but it's Kylie Rae kipping up, landing on her feet, and reversing once again. Again, despite the positivity, despite the fun-loving, happy-go-lucky nature of Kylie Rae, she can get it done. And as we saw against Miyu Yamashita, she's not afraid to get mean.
Absolutely. Here, you can see she's trying to maneuver her way out of the headlock. There she goes. But we've seen her, you know, the career of Kylie Rae. So much to talk about, so much positive to talk about, but also a lot of what ifs. And you have to believe that if she can get a pivotal win here against Amira and really, you know, let's say take the wind out of the sails of this hometown crowd, I think that's the first step in some great upward trajectory for Kylie Rae.
Oh, shoulders down perhaps, but it's Kylie Rae landed on her feet. She gets the cover, and only a 2. And we talk about Amira. It's not just that she's from Portland. It's not just that she's looked impressive. We've been on the call, Brian Zane. We've seen it. She's picked up victories against the likes of Unagi Sayaka, Zaya Brookside, Sumi Sakai, most recently Rose. Of course, we referred to Trisha Dora back at Roseland 8. The list goes on and on. A proverbial who's who of some of independent wrestling's best and brightest. But right now, getting taken down by smiley Kylie Rae. And there we're seeing some of that, not sure if I would call it maliciousness, but perhaps cheekiness from Kylie Rae.
Well, we saw some of that mean streak come out in that match with Yamashita, and I think if she can control that here, she might have a chance against Amira.
Unable to control the vertical base. Nasty landing off the shoulder block.
Boy, Jordan, just take in for a second and listen to this crowd here. The heart of downtown Portland, Portland State University campus, Viking Pavilion. I mean, I'm going to be talking about this all night, Jordan. I cannot get over the atmosphere that we have here and this wonderful crowd that Prestige Wrestling's given us.
Listen to them. It is a special type of atmosphere here tonight in the Viking Pavilion, and we are back to patty cake once again.
No hard feelings here.
Oh, you spoke too soon, Brian.
Psych.
Amira here with a flurry of arm drags, not to be outdone by Kylie Rae's wily ways, but it's Kylie with some power of her own. Sends Amira into the ropes. Amira ducks the line. Look at that, Amira soaring through the skies. We talk a lot about the power, but she has the athleticism in spades here as well, Zane.
I wonder if she had an Uncrustable before the match. Here we go.
Amira was looking for the boot, but Kylie Rae, I think our cameras missed it, rolling out of the ring.
Good evasive maneuvering by Kylie. I totally missed it, but look at this.
Following it up. Head first goes Amira into the corner post. Brian, people often say the apron's the hardest part of the ring. It's not true. It's those corner posts, especially the edged ones, the hard-edged ones we use here in Prestige.
Hey, I wrestled for 1 year. Everything sucked in the ring. But I'll say this much.
I watched your matches. I agree.
Yeah, I resemble that remark. And Kylie Rae now, she is showing some of that mean streak as she gets Amira up for that suplex.
Cover here from Kylie. Frankly, she needs to. Again, because of Amira's popularity, because of Amira's momentum and track record here in Prestige, it's her only hope of victory. Of course, a little bit later on tonight, we're going to see our all-star scramble featuring athletes from Prestige, West Coast Pro, and Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Kylie herself has had a very, very busy schedule. Just last weekend, competing for DPW on August 17th, part of West Coast Pro's Queen of the Indies. So really breaking back out onto the independent scene across this strategic partnership.
Whoa, look at this here.
Oh my goodness, bent her backwards across the back. Look at the strength.
And that takes power. We know, we've seen it. Amira is as strong and as stout as they come. Cover here.
Hey now.
Manages to use that size and use that power to get the shoulders down, but that was impressive from Kylie.
I'm looking forward to that scramble match. You talk about the three-headed monster, DPW, West Coast Pro, and Prestige Wrestling working together, and I can't wait to see what this collaboration has in store.
Shoulders down, Amira looking to steal it, but only a 2.
For the rest of 2024 and beyond.
Big clothesline from Amira. Once again, taking Kylie Rae off her feet. Amira has had an answer for everything that Kylie has thrown her way, and now looking for a German suplex, but Kylie with a big elbow across the mush.
Nice block by Kylie there, but not enough to withstand the drop kick.
Shotgun drop kick there from Amira, and the people are behind her. Once again, going for the German.
Whoa.
This time she lands it. Beautiful bridge, but only a 2. You know, Brian Zane, you talk about the Uncrustables. Amira has been he's been no stranger about her fandom, her love of the peanut butter and jelly Smucker's snack.
I think she's angling for a sponsorship if I didn't know any better.
I wouldn't blame her. I have it on good authority, though. Kylie Rae, also a fan of Uncrustables. I saw her buy one at a gas station at 1 in the morning. It was still frozen. It was still cold, and she still ate it. So this is a real Uncrustables supremacy matchup.
That's
cover.
Hardcore. Oh, look at this.
Maybe reversing to that Kylie special. No, the crossface here.
That's not the STF.
No, the crossface here. nearly cinched her a victory against the Pink Striker, one of the most technically sound women in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Not looking for almost, not looking for maybe, looking for definitive victory here tonight. Center of the ring, but Amira reverses into a cover.
Oh, nice. Nice job getting out of that.
We talk about Amira's inexperience. That is a move wise beyond her years, and that is a super kick that's absolutely devastating. Into the cover once again.
Could be it.
No.
I thought that was, I thought it was a little short, but I think she managed to get just enough to lay Amira out. Just want to take a moment right now while I have this time on air to say hello to Megan, Jane, and Helen at home. I hope you're watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And girls, get to bed soon.
All love to the ladies. You can see the frustration, the agony etched across the face of Kylie Rae. She thought she had her there, Brian.
Yes.
Went to the well one too many times. Amira evading the super kick, but a nasty elbow to the neck.
You know, the super kick is one of the most commonly used moves in professional wrestling these days, and I think the more pervasive it's gotten, I think the easier it is to scout.
Yeah, but Kylie Rae with such a devastating, unpredictable variant on that super kick, and again, digging that foot into the neck of Amira, a very, very determined, very, very aggressive Kylie Rae. We talk about what a victory would mean on this stage, not just because of the importance of tonight, but because this is our opening contest, setting the pace for the entire evening. Amira knows it as she scales the top.
Here she comes.
Maybe thinking crossbody.
Get out of the way. Look at this.
But Kylie Rae reverses.
You want to talk about power, Jordan? Look at this.
Maybe thinking Amira's own world's strongest slam.
Wait a minute.
But Amira gonna show her how it's done. No.
This is some good action here. These two ladies have each other pretty well scouted.
How about Kylie Rae going for Amira's own finishing maneuver here? Talk about disrespect. Talk about mind games.
Look at this. Tit for tat. Here it comes.
World's strongest slam.
Oh, that's got to be it.
And it is.
Here is your winner, Amira!
The number one match of the evening, number one in the hearts and minds of the Portlanders here tonight. Amira picking up a huge win with that huge world's strongest slam.
Saying, Kylie, you want to steal my move? I'll show you. No. I'll make you feel my move. And Tower of Power with something to say here, Zane.
Oh, this is surprising.
It's unusual. Amira likes to let her actions do the talking.
Listen to the crowd showing their appreciation.
At Rosa 9, I want Jordan Grace.
Whoa! Okay. Okay.
Well, that is September 29th at the Roseland Theater in Portland, Oregon. Tickets available now on PrestigeWrestling.net. But Brian Zane up next. The guns explode.
How many times do I have to say we're not enemy? Round and around we go to lie. The Motor City Machine Guns face each other. I know all the things that are bad for me. I don't really care what they say. I've been this way since 17, 18, 19 till I'm in the grave. I know they don't want to smoke with me. Play game with some boy kid A. Sitting on the corner of the block with a hoodie, got broad day flash in the mid with a semi.
There's 3 motherfucking guarantees in life. Death, Texas, and the Motor City Machine Guns having each other's backs.
How many times do I have to say we're not enemy? Round and around we go to lie.
Tell you what, truly the end of an era potentially here with our next matchup. That video package really drives home what's at stake here.
No one can say what is next for the Motor City Machine Guns except the Machine Guns themselves. What I can say, Brian Zane, is that this is the end of an era. This is the end of a chapter, and it's going to be something very, very special for us, for these competitors, and for everyone here in attendance.
Following contest is Super Bowl 1 fall and making his way into the ring from Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, Chris Sabin!
He is a record-setting former 10-time X Division champion. With a career of over 2 decades under his belt and world and tag team gold damn near everywhere he has been, Brian, there is no choice but to hail Sabin.
This is a matchup that fans here at Prestige have been wanting for a very long time. And I'm so glad we're finally getting it. This is, I mean, I got goosebumps, Jordan.
The challenge was first issued on New Year's Eve of 2022 at the Things We Carry in Worcester, Massachusetts. The match was scheduled for Roseland 6, September of 2023. Of course, ruined, like all good things here in Prestige, by the noise. They locked horns in a 4-way match in January of this year at Roseland 7. But finally, as the clock is ticking, we get it, one-on-one, mano-a-mano, right here, right now. Brian, we talk about what a special night this is for Prestige Wrestling. No one more synonymous with this organization than that man right here.
And his opponent hailing from the Motor City, Michigan. This is
The only 2-time champion in our company's history, with over 700 days under his belt. He has flown the flag of Prestige and done so proudly. And I cannot think of a more apropos way or a more apropos place for him to say goodbye, or perhaps, well, see you real soon, than against his comrade, his best friend, his brother in Chris Sabin.
You said it, Jordan. Nobody has been, or few people, I should say, have been as synonymous with this organization. Damn sure all professional wrestling the last 25 years, like Alex Shelley. These two men in the ring right now are probably responsible for, I'd say, 85% of your favorite young up-and-coming tag teams. Let's put it that way. These two men revolutionized the sport, and they are the only revolutionaries we're going to see on hand tonight. The fans are saying it all.
Of course, the Amazing Red, as you alluded to, in action later on tonight, making his Prestige debut against the Blackheart Leo Rush. But you're absolutely right. The innovation, the ingenuity of these two men in regards to tag team wrestling and independent wrestling.
These fans get it.
It is second to none. The bell sounds and we are underway. Brian, it is not the first time that the Guns have done battle, but it may very well be the last.
And what a night to host a match such as this. Look at this. The respect from the crowd has been amazing.
In their previous encounters, Chris Sabin has picked up victories 5 times, Alex Shelley twice, and one ended in a draw. So despite Alex Shelley's popularity and reverence as Prestige Wrestling, a former Prestige Wrestling world champion, I should say, Chris Sabin has the Duke. He has the up and up. Not only that, he won the TNA Wrestling World Championship years before Alex Shelley. He reached the top of that mountain years before Alex Shelley. So you have to wonder, despite the mutual respect between these two men, does Sabin maybe have a bit of a mental one-upsmanship here?
You know, these two are the best of friends. They're as thick as thieves. They're like brothers. But at the end of the day, everyone in wrestling is an individual, is an alpha, and is ultimately looking out for themselves. So I agree with you, Jordan. I think there might be a tinge of maybe some jealousy, professional jealousy there on the part of Shelley.
Especially considering the importance of this matchup, right? This is not just a simple exhibition of Shelley with firm control of the leg, proving just that.
Nothing wrong with having an ego in wrestling, by the way. It can really drive people.
You an ego? Never.
Hey, I didn't say it.
It was after Shelley's victory over JAIDEN the Unbelievable at a live 3. He didn't mince words. He was very clear. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to be around much longer, but William was kind enough to give me something on my way out, and that's a singles match against Chris Sabin. That's the last match I have in Prestige. It's going to be an honor to do it in front of all of you. This is something that both of these men wanted, and again, Brian, I cannot overstate it. How lucky are we to get it? It's our second match of the night.
I mean, this is the second match, and we got a whole lot more to come. It's truly an auspicious evening for Prestige Wrestling. Don't forget to use that hashtag. Twitter's blowing up about this Combat Clash PDX. I'm sorry, X. I'm an old man, Jordan.
Really jockeying for position here, the proverbial feeling out process. Let me ask you, Brian, how difficult is it to gain the upper hand, especially in the early going, against someone who knows you just as well, if not better than yourself, as we're seeing here?
Here we go. Damn near looking in a mirror between Shelley and Sabin. I mean, no one knows the other more. I'm going to put it to you that way.
You see some frustration on the part of Sabin and Shelley. I mean, these two, they had to see this coming. To be one of the greatest tag teams of all time, you have to share the same brain practically. And again, Brian, I'm not one to speculate. I'm not omnipotent. I'm not a pundit. I'm not a journalist in that sense of the word, right? But there is a changing of the guard in store for the Motor City Machine Guns, whatever or wherever that means. And heading into that next chapter, this is so important personally and professionally for both of these men. As Sabin gets the shoulders of Shelley down, crucifix, but only a 2.
I mean, these two really ushered in an entire generation of wrestlers, wrestling fans. Everyone respects these two and the accomplishments and the milestones they have achieved. And tonight, you know, it's not the first time, not once in a lifetime, but it's rare to see these two go one-on-one.
And I cannot overstate this enough. May very well be the last time we ever see it. 18 years as a tag team in and out of the ring. I mean, Brian, for crying out loud, these men are in a band together. Doesn't get much closer than that.
Well, I'll tell you what, this could potentially ruin the tour.
Once again, locking up here.
The World Tour, Jordan.
Shelley takes Sabin down to the canvas, keeping control of the arm. Once again, shoulders down. No, transitioning perhaps into the Border City stretch, but gets Sabin's shoulders down. Interestingly, Brian, looking to steal it here. Looking to finish it quick, trying to eke out a victory instead of making Sabin tap or getting a more decisive cover.
You know, sometimes it's one of those early ones that get you. A wrestler can fall into a false sense of confidence and think that, oh, they're not going to get me in the early going, and next thing you know, you're down with a headlock takeover.
Do you think that's what we're seeing here with Alex Shelley or Chris Sabin? Do you think because of Alex Shelley's success here as a former 2-time Prestige Wrestling World Champion, because of Sabin's historical success in their previous meetings, do you think either of these men are going to have pride come before the fall, as it were?
I don't know. I think both of these men are tenured enough and secure enough in their careers that hopefully we're not going to see any implosion tonight. But I wouldn't put it past them.
A very respectful gesture from Shelley here. Again, back to the center of the ring. Back to the Greco-Roman knuckle lock here. It's Alex Shelley with a straitjacket of sorts, choking Sabin with his own arms.
Right, when you eliminate the arms from the equation, it really can compromise a lot of your offense, and especially if you're going to use that to cut your own wind off.
But Sabin saying, anything you can do, I can do better, giving Shelley a taste of his own proverbial medicine. And it's Shelley escaping, making it look so easy, making it look so clean, making it look so smooth as he does so. One of the best in the world, technically speaking, is Alex Shelley.
We are watching a clinic here, and speaking of wrestling clinics, I cannot wait for Roderick Strong, Timothy
Hold
Thatcher.
on, Sabin has the shoulders of Shelley down.
Getting ahead of myself here.
Perhaps it's Alex Shelley getting ahead of himself here. Once again, Sabin looking for the cover, floats over, but barely a 1.
Here we we go. Going for that ankle is Shelley here.
Perhaps trying to steal it, perhaps trying to eke out a victory, as I said, is the only way. These men know each other so well that you're not going to hit a signature or a finishing maneuver because, frankly, your opponent knows it's coming. They're going to see it from a mile away.
And here's another question for you, Jordan. Suppose one of them is in a position to really hit that kill shot. Do you think either of these men really have the killer instinct to put the other away like that?
Again, it's professional respect, it's professional courtesy. I spoke to it during Alex Shelley's Prestige Wrestling World Championship defense against Jonathan Gresham in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Another longtime friend and confidant of Shelley. Maybe not at the same level as Sabin, but still, sometimes you hit your friends even harder as a sign of respect because you know they could take it. Perhaps that's what we'll see. Sabin staying on top of Shelley. Maybe look, no, I thought he was maybe going for the Border City stretch. Shelley's own finishing hold. Shades of Amira, Kylie Rae in our opening contest, but it's Shelley getting the foot on the bottom rope, forcing the break.
That's good ring awareness. That's what 2+ decades of in-ring experience gets you.
And we talk about the respect between these two men. Interestingly, Sabin taking every second allotted to him by referee Devin Campbell, not breaking the hold until he absolutely had to.
Oh, look at this. Going to the abdominal stretch again.
Really wrenching at the ribs in the midsection of Shelley here. Snapmare takes him down. Now going back to the legs, maybe they can figure four.
Well, that's quite the inventive way to get to it. I don't think I've ever seen that hold before.
These men always innovating, always creating, always pushing the boundaries of professional wrestling, even 2 decades later.
Look at this. He's stomping on that arm and trying to bend it. Look how he's bending it. Look at that left hip and the way it's being just bent across. Boy, that is painful.
A gnarly maneuver cinched in from Chris Sabin. You can see Alex Shelley reaching for the rope, trying to wiggle some feeling back into his finger, do everything he can to avoid tapping out. And again, Sabin realized that maybe his grip was slipping, maybe Shelley was escaping, immediately transitions from one hold to the next.
And look at that, Shelley's is face down in the canvas. I mean, that is, first of all, that's pretty embarrassing, but you got to try and fight your way out of that. And when you're down like that, the weight of your opponent on you, tough to breathe, tough to think.
It's Alex Shelley getting back up to a vertical base here. Using that power, perhaps feeding off of the Prestige faithful. He's made no bones about it. He considers Prestige a second home. He says he never would have won the TNA World Championship without winning the Prestige Wrestling World Championship first, and using that love as an adopted son of the Pacific Northwest to rally here against brother Chris Sabin.
Portland loves them some Alex Shelley, and they are showing up in a big way for the Motor City Machine Guns. I mean, this crowd, it's split.
Might have to call them the Rose City Machine Guns after tonight, given this reception. My goodness. Alex Shelley, you can see, feeling the effects of that flurry of submission offense from Chris Sabin. That's the thing about a submission hold, especially from an expert, a tactician like Chris Sabin. It doesn't go away as soon as the hold is released. The lingering effects are felt minutes, hours, sometimes days later.
You said it, and right now it's Shelley's turn to try and turn Sabin into a pretzel.
Turnabout is fair play here. Shelley, we often speak to it, a physical therapist for several years, meaning he knows every way the body needs to be bent to feel better. He also knows every way the body needs to be bent to feel a lot worse. Shoulders down off the backslide, but only a 2.
That's professional development for you, Jordan. Here we go. Texas Cloverleaf, perhaps?
He's got him up. The legs of Sabin clasped. Has to sit through. No!
Oh, look at this. Oh, knee in the back.
Really wrenching the knee, one of the hardest parts of the body, into the shoulder of Chris Sabin.
Shoulder and the lower ribs. That is not comfortable.
That's the thing about Alex Shelley. As a physical therapist, as a wrestler of 2 decades, he knows how to maximize that punishment. He's not going to hit one body part or 2 body parts. He's going to hit multiple in one fell swoop.
Look at this. He's tangled up the legs. Oh, man. Tit for tat, like you said, Jordan. Very similar to what Sabin had Alex in earlier.
Bending the arms in ways they are simply not supposed to go. Applying the entire weight of his upper body onto the left shoulder of Sabin. This is not where you want to be if you're Sabin here, Zane.
Absolutely not. And this could be it right here.
Shoulders down. No.
These two men are incredibly crafty, incredibly tough. Even if they didn't know each other's moves at the back of their hand, I think this would be a tough one to call, tough one to pick.
It's no secret that it has been an up and down year for Alex Shelley, losing the Prestige Wrestling World Championship to Alan Angels, losing to Timothy Thatcher last time we saw him in Prestige, and Alive are just breathing, and Chris Sabin looking to make it 3 for 3 here. Look at this, Brian saying, center of the ring.
Oh, can he get that arm hooked down over the chin?
What a clutch here. He's got the legs, the body scissors cinched in on the abdomen.
Oh.
But it's Alex Shelley reversing the pressure here.
Clever, clever.
Sabin's clever nature may have been his undoing. Got a little too fancy, got a little too fun with it. Now Alex Shelley reversing. We're going surfing in Portland, Brian Zane.
Oh my goodness. There's no waves in the Willamette River. Oh, look at that.
Anything you can do, I can do better. These men know each other like the back of their hands. And speaking of the back of the hands, Chris Sabin clasping the hands of Shelley, now reversing into a pin.
Yeah.
Shelley kicks out.
You know, we talk about the greatness of Sabin, but we've also talked about Alex Shelley being that kind of adopted Portlander here. Prestige is more Shelley's organization than it is Sabin.
It's a home base for Alex Shelley, absolutely.
So imagine, you know, the embarrassment that could happen if Sabin is the winner tonight.
But is there an added pressure for Alex Shelley that maybe Chris Sabin doesn't feel? We've seen him several times here in Prestige. A standout performance against Speedball Mike Bailey, several tag team wins alongside Alex Shelley. But maybe that same pressure or lack thereof is what's keeping him here.
Oh.
STF cinched in.
Oh, did he tap? I thought he tapped there for a second.
No, so close here. But Alex Shelley able to survive, able to stay in this if only for the moment. He's crawling, he's reaching for the ropes, but he is a country away.
Sabin, look at the grip on his own wrist there. But there's some wiggle room. Shelley's trying to fight out of it.
I don't know if Shelley will tap. I don't know if his ego will let him do it, but he reaches the bottom rope. I was going to say, Zane, I think we were seconds away from seeing Alex Shelley pass out.
I'll tell you what, these fans here in Portland, they are loving everything they see here.
Sabin staying on top of Shelley, maybe thinking cradle shock, has the fireman's carry, but Shelley escapes thinking shell shock. No, Sabin rolls him up.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
No, so close, so close.
Look at that.
And Shelley reversing the submission once again. The body scissors applied, this time to the shoulders, the upper back of Chris Sabin.
Don't forget that neck crank.
He's got the neck grapevine here. But Chris Sabin onto his knees. Maybe trying to steal a quick one here, trying to keep Shelley's shoulders down, use his own weight, his own momentum against him.
They're so close to being down, Jordan. Look, Texas Cloverleaf of his own. Look at that.
Just bending at the back of Shelley. He's even farther away from the bottom rope than the last time we saw him in this predicament.
Almost saw a bit of worry there in Sabin's eyes if I didn't know any better. The
STF once again, but this time Shelley changes course, gets the bottom rope on the other side of the ring. Such ring awareness from the expert Shelley.
But I like that Sabin doesn't waste time, he doesn't waste motion. When one hold starts to slip, he goes right into the next one.
Shades of Zack Sabre Jr., who we saw in an instant classic against Daniel Makabe at Roseland 8. Again, looking for the cradle shock, but Shelley reverses into a sleeper.
Time-honored sleeper. Here we go now into the armbar.
No, Border City Stretch. The same move.
He's got him.
That won him many a Prestige Wrestling World Championship match. Could win him perhaps his last in Prestige.
Going for it. Oh, almost rolled through it. Did Sabin, but look at that.
But at this time, it's Shelley rolling through, back to the center. Nowhere for Sabin to go.
Wait a
but
minute.
Sabin, shoulders down.
Whoa.
No! My God, that was close, Brian Zane. Shell-shocked.
I think you could have fit a sheet of paper under Devin Campbell's hands, but not much
Cradle
else.
shock reversed into a sunset flip. Sabin with a jackknife. No, Shelley.
Well, it's chaos.
Sabin steals it. Sabin steals it. Sabin steals it.
Of a stolen victory, and who knows, you were talking about Shelley doing it the whole time. Who would have guessed it was Chris Sabin pulling that roll up from out of nowhere, and I dare call this an upset.
Mark the record books. 1 draw, 2 for Shelley, and after tonight, 6 for Chris Sabin.
Damn.
You know, Brian Zane, as I said, I have no idea what is next for the Motor City Machine Guns. But what I do know is that that is one of the best tag teams of all time. And it has been one of the greatest pleasures of my career to call their matches here in Prestige Wrestling. Thank you, Chris Sabin. Thank you, Alex Shelley. Got more than a little Detroit in my soul here tonight.
The Motor City Machine Guns are responsible for wrestling as it is today. That is not opinion, that is not conjecture, that is fact. And we here at Prestige Wrestling are so proud to have brought them to your screens here tonight. Wow, what a moment. What a moment for these men. What a moment for these fans. And what a moment for Prestige, Jordan. The goosebumps are shooting through my suit right now.
Thank you for the music, gentlemen. Thank you more than we could ever hope to say.
Wow. Couple of legends there. And Jordan, you know what? I hate to change the mood here and, you know, all that happiness and all the sappy feelings we just had for the Motor City Machine Guns. I would like you to take those feelings and those vibes, and I would like you to turn them onto its ear, because it's going to be a very different vibe with our next matchup.
From a very historic, very emotional contest to a very nice, very evil, very strange contest coming at you right now.
You ain't whistling Dixie.
What?
That Tina Weymouth baseline, it's iconic. It can only mean one thing. When the devil, Drexel, comes a-calling, you better not answer the door.
The devil has come to Portland.
We talk about Alex Shelley and his history with Prestige Wrestling, but the devil, you gotta give him his due, because he's been here, I'd say, even longer than Shelley. This is a man who has
Making his way into the ring from the Murder City, the homicidal artist, the devil himself, DREXL!
A Prestige original in every sense of the word, Brian Zane.
This is a man who started out his career as a manager, and he worked his way up to become a wrestler, and then he became a deathmatch wrestler, and he became more twisted and vile and grotesque, and now this is the end result. And he is one of the most dominant, one of the spookiest,
He kissed Stevie Kiyoshi.
one of the lovingest devils you will ever see.
And referee Bradley.
So much love here in the Viking Pavilion.
I just hope he doesn't come over to our commentary booth, Brian. You talk about the deathmatch acumen of Drexel. Last time we saw him here in Prestige was a Live 3. Came moments away from capturing the Prestige Wrestling World Championship in a Devil's Playground deathmatch. And we know that loss is haunting him. He feels, in many ways, like he's been, well, cursed. His issues with Sami Callihan, as I mentioned, losing that World Championship match, and hoping to break that curse here tonight against a master of them.
What a terrible night to have a curse. It's him!
Portland truly loves that Danhausen.
In just a few short years has become one of wrestling's greatest success stories. People love that outside Viking Pavilion before we went on the air.
That is opponent. Very nice. Very evil. Love that Danhausen.
You know, I would, if I didn't know any better, I'd send a Danhausen and put a curse on Evie's mic.
You know, Brian, if I'm not mistaken, one of the last times we saw Danhausen here in Prestige Wrestling, he served as a temporary general manager, and he actually kicked you out of the commentary booth back at Roseland 2.
Don't remind me. You know what? I'll let that slide because, you know, Danhausen, you know when he gets drunk with power, there's no telling what he'll do. He's not the general manager tonight. I think he still thinks he is. From when I talked to him early in the evening.
Well, delusion is as synonymous with Danhausen as face paint or teeth or capes or curses. And look at this, right out of the starting gate, Drexel into the lion's den.
Drexel feeling that he's been cursed and
They have not even touched, Brian Zane. They have not laid a finger on one another.
the irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Danhausen looking to perhaps move something. He's cursed Drexel.
Oh, he did it again.
It is official.
No!
But Drexel with a little bit of payback. Danhausen likes to collect teeth. How about Drexel biting him with his?
That's not how you collect teeth.
Drexel, he's the king of the Death Arches.
Oh my goodness.
King of Northwest Hardcore. He fashions his own weapons out of bones. He knows something about teeth himself.
Absolutely. I remember seeing Danhausen in a Ring of Honor. I remember calling his match against Titus at center stage. I remember being there when he was with PCO. I mean, this is a man who knows how to get things done.
Looking to get things done here very quickly with an axe handle. Staggering Drexel.
There we go, and of course you can't forget all the other accomplishments and milestones that Danhausen has earned for
Crossbody
himself.
in the cover. Only a 2. And it begs the question, Brian Zane. The catchphrase is, as it does, very nice, very evil. But which side of Danhausen are we going to see tonight? Does he try to match the psychopathic tendencies of Drexel? Or does he decide to change the tide and go very nice, get a little goofy, get a little silly with it? If you're Danhausen, what's the strategy? I know it's a difficult ask to put you in the shoes.
I was going to say, you try and get in the mind of either of these guys. I don't think you're ever getting out.
That's why I asked you.
Oh boy, I think Drexel likes it.
He says, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" And Danhausen more than happy to oblige.
Oh no, not in the eyes. Oh,
raking the back.
You think about some of the blood shed by Drexel here, just in Prestige alone. Talk about that match with Amira.
Drexel face first in the corner post. Of course, that Rose City death match back at Roseland 7, a brutal, violent, bloody affair. And it was on that night that Drexel made it clear and made it official to our fans. This is his last active full-time year as a professional wrestler, his last full calendar year in this sport. He has a lot to prove, and a victory against Danhausen would go a long way in doing that. A kick to the nether regions would go a very long way in making that happen.
Right in the mean bean machine, and I'm not talking about the coffee cells.
Oh no,
oh no,
oh no, he's thinking paper cut. This is a Drexel signature.
No!
Oh man.
God, do you think he's gonna try? I think he wants to make Danhausen curse. I think that's his goal at this point. Because wouldn't you curse after getting a paper cut as vile as this?
Perhaps cursing the cursor is how you break the curse. I don't know how these things work.
Hey, you know, Drexel's smarter than we give him credit for. Maybe he's on to something.
Oh, no.
No! God bless it.
Fans, you do not have to be a professional wrestler. Frankly, you don't even have to watch professional wrestling a day in your life to know how much this hurts, let alone in your mouth. Oh, my God.
My goodness. Drexel is one mean can of corn.
Drexel staying on top of Danhausen here, sending him into the corner. Of course, we spoke to it earlier on tonight with biting the forehead of Danhausen. Kylie Rae and Amira in our opening contest. Danhausen, a fan favorite anywhere and everywhere he goes, but doesn't necessarily have the same type of personal connection with the Portland faithful, Prestige faithful that Drexel does. Will that in any way waver Danhausen or his strategy?
Right in the toe. I mean, God, this is relentless.
Drexel really staying on top of Danhausen.
Oh, man.
One kick after another.
Drexel is just, you know, he's a sadistic individual.
Headbutting the elbow, the funny bone.
That's the funny bone. And that's, oh boy, that.
I'm not talking about Drexel's oft-time rival and tag team partner here in Prestige Wrestling. I'm not talking about the Demigod Death. That is his literal funny bone.
No, I mean, and I tell you what, I can't tell you the number of times sitting at a school desk and banging the back of my elbow on that chair. Swearing was the least of my issues then. Oh my goodness.
Right now it's Drexel taking Danhausen to school, quite literally here.
Oh, he's gonna pull the face apart. Look at this.
Danhausen looking worse for the wear here. Perhaps needs to channel some of that very evil energy as Drexel is headbutting the life out of him.
What has the devil got in mind here?
Kicking him in the shin once again.
Oh man, has anyone ever tapped out?
Hold on, Brian. I believe Drexel, I could be wrong, but we talk a lot about curses. I believe Drexel is trying to make Danhausen curse, quite literally.
That's what I said. I noticed this earlier. Look at God, have you ever seen anyone tap out and getting kicked in the shin too much?
Danhausen saying no swearing. It doesn't matter that we're here free on YouTube. He doesn't want to get us demonetized.
As if the music wouldn't do that enough.
Atomic drop into a clothesline.
Danhausen is steadfast in his resolve. He says no swearing. He means no swearing.
You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't piss into the wind. And you do not try to get Danhausen to utter a curse word.
It just can't be done. I don't think that shin's hurting him now.
Danhausen finding a second wind here. Big knee to the neck of Drexel. He's got him right where he wants him.
Oh, wait a minute. Almost went for the gut there.
Drexel maybe playing a little bit of possum, suckering Danhausen in.
Here we go, running corner to corner.
Oh.
Danhausen sees it coming.
Nasty landing there for Drexel, but Danhausen has to capitalize, has to crawl over, drape that arm, make the cover.
Now you've made Danhausen angry. Now could be the time where he taps into that very evil side.
And you would not like him when he is angry.
Oh,
he
boy.
is crawling towards the jar of teeth. In the words of an all-time great, Brian Zane, business is about to pick up.
Wait a minute, oh!
5 on 2, Drexel with the old 5 on 2.
I thought Drexel was gonna get a mouthful of loose teeth.
Instead,
He got himself a handful of loose something else.
come on.
Something else.
No, he wants referee Bradley.
Don't get disqualified, Drexel.
Danhausen rolling him up.
Oh, that was close.
Close, but no cigar. Drexel's own psychotic tendencies getting the better of him here. Now a fireman's carry from Danhausen, perhaps.
Oh my gosh.
Looking for that good Nighthausen.
Oh, twisting fisherman neck breaker into the cover. Could be it. Wow.
You know, that good Nighthausen, as many would call the go to sleep. Danhausen, a very generous wrestler, told me earlier tonight, he lets Pepsi Phil borrow that move.
Well, isn't that altruistic of him?
Drexel thinking pile driver. He's looking to end this.
Here we go. Whoa, wait a
Back
minute.
body drop from Danhausen, reversing. Again, thinking nighty-night for Drexel. Cutter!
He just dropped Drexel like he dropped another piece of merchandise. And now is the time, I believe, where we ask the question, hey, Drexel, got teeth?
Oh, man. That is just twisted. That is sick, man. Big boot from Danhausen. The teeth go spilling, and now so does Drexel.
I think this is real teeth falling out now.
Good night, Hausen. Sweet dreams, Drexel.
Love that Danhausen.
The winner of this match, Danhausen.
And a nice friendly handshake by the winner.
Drexel fell to Callahan at Roseland 8. He fell to Angels in the Devil's Playground at Alive 3. And here tonight, after a good Nighthausen, he fell to Danhausen at #Combat Clash PDX.
And Conan O'Brien's favorite wrestler picking up another notch in the win column. Drexel, he didn't win the match. He didn't make Danhausen swear, but he got himself a nice smooch.
They locked horns, and now they lock said, you called a handful of Danhausen matches in Ring of Honor. I don't believe that's how the Code of Honor is traditionally applied.
No, not that way. But I tell you what, this has been a great night so far for fans of wrestling across the board. We're 3 matches in, 7 to go. If you're watching this live and for free on YouTube, we thank you very much joining the hundreds and hundreds of Prestige faithful who are here at Viking Pavilion. What a night here for Prestige.
Over 1,000 in attendance here tonight in what is unequivocally Prestige Wrestling's biggest show ever, and still so much to go in our main event. A bitter rivalry decided. Alan Angels defending his Prestige Wrestling World Championship against former brother, former Dark Order stablemate Evil Uno. It is a street fight with Sinner and Saint banned from ringside. And Brian, if they interfere, Angels immediately loses the gold. But right now, it's time to get nasty.
Get those teeth out of the ring, guys.
Hardest working men in the business. Referee Buddy Roots bringing out Dreamy Kioski, but making his Prestige debut, it is the illest, the nasty assassin himself.
Listen to this ovation for Mike Santana.
It's his first time here in Prestige, but you would not know it, given that raucous reception. Santana's place here tonight was taken by a gentleman named All Ego Ethan Page, unable to join us tonight as he won the NXT Championship. More on that later.
He went 2 years back in time, is what you're saying.
Come on now.
And his opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, he is the international superstar, Shelton Benjamin.
You look at Shelton Benjamin's accomplishments, it reads like a who's who of Hall of Fame accolades. United States champion, Intercontinental champion, tag team champion. This man is world traveled and is consistently one of the best and brightest athletes you will ever see any given night in professional wrestling. And we are so happy to have him here in Portland.
It was Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels, 2 of the greatest of all time, who said that Shelton was the most naturally gifted professional wrestler they have ever stepped in a wrestling ring with. We can say a lot, Brian Zane, but that says everything right there. A 2-time All-American at the University of Minnesota. You listed his championship accolades and then some. Shelton is timeless, and Shelton is here in the Rose City.
These fans,
They haven't even touched again.
they love their chants, Jordan.
As I
Look at
said,
this. I tell you what, we had Ethan Page slotted in Santana's spot originally.
scheduled to face Shelton Benjamin,
He's gone on to work for NXT. He's the NXT champion. Congratulations to him. But in all due respect, who needs an Ethan Page when you've got Mike Santana and Shelton Benjamin already getting the crowd whipped up into a fever pitch?
Yeah, talk about turning lemons into lemonade. A more than suitable replacement, and then some, is the nasty assassin Mike Santana. And I think that speaks to, pun very much intended, the prestige of tonight's event. The only reason to miss an event like this is to go to national television and win the damn NXT championship. That is the caliber of athlete we have here tonight, presenting to you completely free here on YouTube.
It's a very legitimate reason to no-show. I get it.
Shelton Benjamin, of course, made his Prestige Wrestling debut a couple months back in a Live or Just Breathing in Los Angeles. A main event victory against Filthy Tom Lawler. From filthy to nasty, Shelton really running the gambit here in Prestige.
Truly, this is going to be a test for both men. I mean, Santana, most people who've been watching wrestling for the last several years usually associate him with being part of a tag team. So for him, and that matter for Shelton Benjamin as well, but Shelton has more of the singles experience. I would argue that Santana not fully proven in singles action as of yet.
Yeah, it's a very similar story with both of these men, right? Reached national worldwide acclaim, but I think the wrestling world as a whole saw and felt there was such greater potential than perhaps they were ever given the chance to achieve. Santana and Shelton feeling the same way, leaving the bright pastures, leaving the bright lights, and deciding, hey, nearly 2 decades into my career, over 2 decades in Shelton's case, I'm going to go back to my roots, I'm going to go back to independent wrestling, and I'm going to prove that I am worthy of all that hype. All those people saying I am underrated, underutilized, and overlooked. And what we're seeing right now is proving just that.
Look at this. Not every day that Shelton Benjamin is taken down like that.
Again, 2-time All-American at the University of Minnesota. That collegiate wrestling background is second to none.
Teaming with Brock Lesnar. Let's not forget.
Mike Santana found an answer.
That body language, that look in Shelton's face really said 1,000 words. I don't think he expected that, and so now I think the gears have shifted, and I believe that Shelton is going to look at this matchup with a brand new perspective.
Filling out process once again. Talk about the tag team acumen of Mike Santana, formerly part of EYFBO, LAX, Proud and Powerful. Call him what you will, a very fruitful and successful partnership with Ortiz. Similarly, Shelton Benjamin, a part of World's Greatest Tag Team with Charlie Haas, another Prestige Wrestling alum for much of his career, a member of the Hurt Business. What is that transition like, Brian, to go from a member of a tag team or a faction to a pure singles wrestler?
I mean, it really changes your strategy. It makes you rely a lot more on good cardio, just being able to outlast a single opponent when normally you're able to take a break and take a breather. You don't have that luxury anymore in the realm of singles action.
Right now, Shelton Benjamin giving Santana quite a bit of luxury, allowing him back in the ring graciously.
All right. It's been nice so far in the evening, by and large, to see some respect being bandied about here.
A healthy dose of respect between much of these competitors, these two specifically, Brian, but we have to remember the stage we're on, the importance of this stage. They're not just going to give up a victory. As I said, it's not just an exhibition. As much respect as they have for each other, when we get into deeper and deeper waters, you got to think that goes out the window. Shelton Benjamin muscling Santana into the ropes.
Santana.
Shoulder block, does the same to Benjamin, but Benjamin taking Santana off his feet.
Very subtle there, but you almost saw Santana slip through the ropes.
Hold on, Santana almost popped up there by Shelton, but manages to land on his feet. Irish whip. Shelton reverses. Hurricane Rana sends Benjamin to the outside.
Look at the quickness, and look at this.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Mike Santana landing on his feet, making it look too damn easy.
He is the illest tonight here in the Rose City.
Look at the size of both of these men. I'm not sure if YouTube even does them justice. Since their time on the worldwide stage, on national television, they have added muscle and thus they have added strength. Both of these men, so much larger than you perhaps remember.
That's right, but when you gain mass, you tend to lose your quickness. Tend to get a little slower, but I don't see that happening right now so far in the match.
I mean, we saw Mike Santana dive to the outside moments ago. We've seen Shelton Benjamin, as I mentioned previously, in wars against Filthy Tom Lawler. No lack of explosivity from either of these competitors. Right now, Mike Santana with a nasty chop to the chest of Benjamin.
I remember seeing Shelton Benjamin debut on television. Oh, it was one part of Team Angle. And ever since then, I've been fascinated with his career and his abilities in the ring. I mean,
Cover, Santana.
Oh, you said underrated. That is a word that has kind of plagued Shelton Benjamin's career, but I tell you what, I don't rate him under.
Neither does Mike Santana. Clearly knows who he's up against here. Cover. Has faced Benjamin once before, as we mentioned, in a tag team situation. He and Ortiz against the world's greatest tag team. But that was nearly a decade ago. Both of these men changing and growing and evolving so much in that time.
That's right. Ooh, that drop kick making Shelton's head snap back.
Cover. No, kick out from Benjamin. And, you talk about Shelton Benjamin's roots in professional wrestling as a part of the 2002 class of OVW, as part of Team Angle. Here's the scary part. Despite adding that aforementioned size, he looks pretty much the same. And the scarier part, he moves pretty much the same.
He is fairly ageless, is Shelton Benjamin, and is certainly one of the finest athletes you will see tonight.
Putting some of that timelessness to good use. Nice Samoan drop to the Nasty Assassin, but Shelton Benjamin is staggered here.
Shelton giving himself some time to catch his breath here. Now you can see he's in a groove. He's confident. He is getting ready to maybe put the final shot in on Santana.
Maybe looking for that pay dirt, the same one that earned him victory against Filthy Tom Lawler in Los Angeles. Turnabout, fair play, Mike Santana. We talk about that added size, that added muscle mass. How much does that add to these chops?
Ooh, he put all his weight behind that one, Jordan.
Now Shelton thinking suplex.
Whoa.
Drops him back first, but not going for the cover. Wants to continue the offense here. Goes for another.
Suplexes upon suplexes. It's one of Shelton Benjamin's, one of his greatest assets, is his knowledge of throwing people over his head.
Cover. Kick out from Santana.
You think about other suplex masters he studied under, worked with, people like Kurt Angle, people like Brock Lesnar. I mean,
people like Eddie Guerrero. I mean, Shelton Benjamin attributes Eddie Guerrero as a huge influence. Their time together during the early 2000s in SmackDown.
He and Charlie Haas revolutionized the tag team scene in Ring of Honor. I mean, Shelton Benjamin is truly one of the greats, and he is, he's holding his own here against this up and rising great Santana.
More than holding his own, nearly sealing the deal, nearly clenching victory off that big boot. If you're Shelton Benjamin, sans pay dirt, what do you have to do to put Santana away?
More suplexes.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Benjamin right now with the ground and pound, laying the strikes and shots into Santana.
Look out. Oh, nice evasive maneuver by Santana, but Shelton sees that coming too.
Enziguri kick, and Benjamin is on spaghetti legs, I believe. It is that top rope, the only thing keeping Benjamin on a vertical base.
What could he going for here? Wait a minute. Oh, that splash misses the mark. Oh,
Santana was looking for that spin the block, but Benjamin saw it coming. Rolling buck 50.
That's got to be it.
Cover. No! So close.
That was a game of inches there, but that roll into the cutter was a thing of beauty.
The rolling buck 50, a game ender for Mike Santana.
I mean, we talked with Santana before the show.
Let's take a look.
He called out those two moves by name, the lariat and the cutter. He told us to watch out for those moves, and he hit one of them.
Maybe looking for that spin the block. Maybe that's what he needs to put Benjamin away. Again, so much riding on this for both of these men. So much to prove in the name of ego and bragging.
Whoa!
Death Valley driver cover.
How about that?
Kick out.
Oh my God, I thought that was it. How about the creativity and the quick thinking of Santana? So far, he's been able to just catch Shelton Benjamin and really have an answer for everything Shelton's been throwing at him.
And that is not easy to do. We talk about the Motor City Machine Guns. We talk about Amazing Red coming out a little bit later on tonight. Shelton Benjamin, a pioneer and an innovator in his own right. It speaks to the fortitude of Mike Santana that he has an answer for so much. And now, scaling the top. This is not a place we see Mike Santana very often, especially as he's added that size.
What's he going for here? But wait a minute, Shelton, don't look out!
From the top!
You always got to watch out for Shelton Benjamin. When he comes running up that corner, it's over. Oh!
Big knee! Ain't no stopping him now.
Out!
Power bomb.
Into the cover.
But perhaps I spoke too soon. Santana indeed stopping him, getting that shoulder up, but Benjamin effortlessly transitioning into the ankle lock. Talk about that history with one Kurt Angle as a member of Team Angle.
Yeah, he learned from the best to ever do it. To say nothing about Ken Shamrock, of course.
Center of the ring, Santana manages to regain a vertical base. Maybe looking for that enziguri. Double deuce, but Benjamin ducks. Maybe called his shot too early with the double deuce. And now into a cloverleaf.
Here we go, this could be it.
Center of the ring.
Oh boy, Santana is down.
Benjamin sitting deep, but Santana's crawling. Can he make it to the bottom rope? Can he find reprieve?
Look at that pain etched on the face of Santana as he clings to the rope, giving him a break just for now.
But Brian, how much damage was done in the interim? That was damn near 15, 20, 25 seconds that Shelton Benjamin had that cloverleaf hold cinched in.
This is time to get into deep water here for both men. It's a real proving point for each of these men. What do you do at this juncture?
I think if you're Shelton Benjamin, you look to put this away. If you're Mike Santana, you look to survive.
Oh, nice catch again.
That's more than surviving. The shoulders are down, but Benjamin reverses into a crucifix.
Oh,
another enziguri.
Buddy Ruth getting the workout in. All these quick near falls.
Spin kick from Benjamin. Pay dirt! Cover!
He got it.
Yes, he does.
Your winner, Shelton Benjamin!
You know, I don't know what makes me happier. The fact that we just watched that incredible match, or the fact that we get to hear this entrance music once again. Shelton Benjamin 2 for 2 here in Prestige Wrestling. There is truly no stopping him now.
I mean, Shelton Benjamin is timeless, and that was an effortless pay dirt into that win. Shelton Benjamin finding himself at home here in Prestige Wrestling, looking strong at the Viking Pavilion.
You talk about a home here in Prestige Wrestling, Ryan. You're not going to have to wait much longer because Shelton Benjamin returns to Prestige Wrestling next weekend, July 20th from San Francisco, California, when in association with West Coast Pro and Deadlock Pro Wrestling, we present our first officially tri-branded event that is untouchable, headlined by none other than Shelton Benjamin versus Titus Alexander.
Boy, that's going to be a generational matchup for sure. We've seen Titus Alexander here at Prestige. I think he has what it takes to really take Shelton to the limit, but for now, let's enjoy and appreciate this.
Former Prestige Wrestling World Champion, perhaps looking at a future Prestige Wrestling World Champion. If Shelton can keep this up. The hand administered. And Santana obliges.
You love to see it.
Nothing nasty about that. What a match, what a night here, Brian Zane. Use that hashtag, Combat Clash PDX. Follow along across the globe, streaming live and free on YouTube.
These guys tore the house down. Every match has been a banger, as the kids say.
What do you think, Brian? You can get another 2 decades out of Shelton Benjamin. You think we're lucky enough for that? He looks good enough for it.
I wouldn't put it past him. I'll say that much.
Once again, heading into war July 20th in San Francisco, California, in association with DPW and West Coast Pro. Prestige Wrestling presents Untouchable. It'll be Shelton Benjamin versus Titus Alexander. And speaking of Titus Alexander, he will be in action up next. Speaking of our collaboration, up next is the All-Star Scramble. 2 representatives from Prestige, West Coast Pro, and DPW duking it out for brand supremacy right here, right now.
We love brand supremacy, don't we, Jordan? Tell you what, looking at this on paper, this match has the potential to blow everyone's minds.
I don't know what we love, Brian Zane, but as you're about to hear, I know who Portland loves, who the Rose City loves, and it is none other than their savior. Saw JAIDEN, he took Shelley to his limit in a gutsy performance at a live 3 this year, finishing a very personal issue with Jordan Cruz and heading into the Cascadia Wrestling Cup August 23rd and 24th right back here in Portland, Oregon, looking for momentum to follow up the performance of a lifetime.
He's going to need to give the performance of a lifetime if he wants to come out on top of this one. Here comes the former champ. Wait, where's he going?
Maybe not. Second time for charge.
Introducing contestant number 2 from Sacramento, California, the franchise, Titus Alexander.
Talk about needing momentum heading into War July 20th, as I mentioned, against Shelton Benjamin.
Even Kiyoshi called it the franchise, not the future franchise anymore. This young second-generation athlete is truly one of wrestling's rising stars, and I believe that franchise tag is an accurate one.
Of course, Titus Alexander representing West Coast Pro, a former West Coast Pro heavyweight champion. And here is our first representative of DPW, Odd Dippers Unite.
Skiwo.
Introducing contestant number 3 from Greensboro, North Carolina. He is a ring warrior, Labron, KoZone.
DPW, much like Prestige, much like West Coast Pro, a true nationwide brand. We've seen them in the Midwest, the East Coast, but their true home is in North Carolina. And this man, a North Carolina native, the head trainer at Firestar, has men such as Jay Malachi, now known as Javon Evans in NXT under his belt. And you don't train a wrestler that good without yourself being a wrestler this great.
Right, 12-year veteran is KoZone, making his West Coast debut here tonight, and he's not alone. Well, this guy's been on the West Coast.
West Coast and then some. Another former West Coast Pro heavyweight champion, the man who dethroned Titus Alexander for that goal.
Introducing contestant number 4 from Pacifica, California, the Denim Dragon, Starboy Charlie.
Starboy Charlie with successful defenses against the likes of Chris Bay, Jack Cartwheel, Alpha Zoe, and Aramis before eventually being dethroned by one Aesthetic Crippler, a man who's no stranger to Prestige fans.
Right, Kevin Blackwood. He's not here tonight, but here's a guy who I'm really excited to see. Someone who I remember, I researched, trying to figure out who this kid is, and I can tell right away, he is my pick to win.
The Super Stud Cummins, another North Carolina native, another DPW regular.
It's a super stud.
Superstar.
Get it right, Jordan.
Introducing contestant number 5, hailing from Hollywood, he is the
performances against some of DPW's finest. A favorite here in Prestige, a favorite all over the world, Mustafa Ali. Settled a very personal score with Andrew Everett, and it's interesting, Brian. We saw maybe a change of heart from BK in recent months, in recent weeks, though I'm not sure that has transitioned here to his Prestige debut.
I think he's got a long night ahead of him, trying to ingratiate himself to this crowd that is not familiar with him, to my knowledge, but they're going to get an idea real quick about BK Westbrook.
Here's someone they're very, very familiar with. No integration necessary. The ace has returned. Portland once again, the Ghouls' realm.
And introducing contestant number 6 from the Ghouls' realm, representing Big Star's brand West Coast and Stiff Blade Apparel, Sonico.
I advise everyone who has the power to make gifts online.
Not GIFs, Brian, the old man.
Get your gift-making fingers ready, because this match is going to be, it's going to be all over the place. Let's just say that.
Sonico has not had the 2024 he would have hoped for. Not a single victory in this calendar year. Losing to Kushida, losing to Papayase, losing to Z-Sharp, and perhaps most devastating of all, losing his Roseland undefeated streak to the Bullet Club War Dogs. He needs this win the big way.
The fans are making it clear they're on the side of Prestige here. There are some alliances here for certain. But look at this! BK Westbrook, forget what I said about alliance.
As soon as you say it, the commentators curse in full effect. It needs to be stated. This is not a 2-on-2-on-2 tag team match.
Nope.
This is every man for himself. Yes, all of these athletes want brand supremacy, as I said. They want to fly high the flag of their own respective organization, be it Prestige or West Coast or DPW, but not at risk of their own victory. This is a huge opportunity, especially for a Westbrook or a KoZone or an Alexander or a Starboy, who are not as regular commodities. What a lariat.
You see that mouth guard that KoZone is wearing? That's because the last few years he has lost teeth in matches. First to Frankie Kazarian, and then again most recently, thanks to Kevin Blackwood, the aforementioned aesthetic crippler. And he's learned his lesson. That's why he's got the mouth guard when he wrestles now.
KoZone, the biggest man in the matchup. It took all 4 of the opposition for Prestige and West Coast alike to huck him out of the ring. And now, Starboy Charlie and Titus Alexander, a very interesting partnership. Sunset flip from JAIDEN and Sonico here, looking to steal it. They defeated, I should say, Starboy Charlie defeated Alexander to become West Coast Pro Heavyweight Champion. They also teamed together on a previous occasion, trying to dethrone Los Suavecitos, albeit unsuccessfully, for the West Coast Pro Tag Team titles. But didn't work on that night, and it's not working now, as JAIDEN and Sonico, the hometown boys, garnering the advantage.
Team Prestige is looking pretty strong at the moment, but look at this, double trip up.
As soon as you say it, Brian, talking about Drexel and Danhausen, you're cursed.
It's what I do best.
Titus Alexander and Starboy Charlie back in the ring. Talking about alliances, temporary alliances.
I think I just saw Westbrook throw KoZone into the ring. So much for alliances. Thing about Westbrook is, I find interesting, before he was a super stud,
stereo basement drop kicks, Alexander going for the cover.
Oh,
and Starboy Charlie pushing him out of the way. Again, every man for himself. Only one man can win this one.
Speaking of Chuck, I was before he became the super stud, like I said, that Westbrook was actually known as the Starboy.
And now it's Starboy with the standing shooting star press, using Alexander as a stepping stone here. But again, tensions quickly boiling over here, putting the temporary in temporary alliance. KoZone back in the ring, the biggest man in this contest and then some.
Oh, look at this athleticism by Alexander.
Freakish height from Alexander, both Starboy and Alexander alike, returning from a tour of Japan, and Titus probably feels he's back in the land of the rising sun after that. Same with Starboy.
KoZone showing the power.
Backbreaker. We're going to see Roderick Strong in action later on tonight against Timothy Thatcher, a rematch for the ages. You got to think the messiah of the backbreaker, watching that one from the backstage monitor, a big smile on his face.
And I would imagine that the Deadlock boys, I'm talking about Tony, I'm talking about Johnny Blood, I'm talking about James Pulse.
I'm talking about KoZone.
They're watching this match with some definite interest.
Pull-ups here, using JAIDEN like a freebie, but it's Sonico, the bullet through the air, topes to Athena.
Oh my God.
Taking out the Ring Warrior.
Boy, that was a matter of inches. Sonico almost missed his target, but hit just enough to knock him down.
And Alexander, the lone man left in the ring. Take a look at this, the freakish power of KoZone and the freakish explosivity of Sonico, risking life and limb, looking for his first victory in 2024 here in his native Prestige.
As Alexander got in mind here, wait a minute!
We'll never find out. BK Westbrook cutting him off at the pass.
There he is.
We're talking about a real mirror match here. Both Westbrook and Alexander known for no shortage of confidence, shall we say.
No, and the fans can see his confidence here. The thing I like about Westbrook in my time researching him here, he is like a human cannonball. He just hurls himself at his opponents to really put the exclamation point on everything he does.
Westbrook, of course, challenging for the vacant national title at Tag Festival. That available tomorrow, premiering on DPWOnDemand.com. Right now, up and over, takes Titus down. Little 2-for-1 special for West Coast Pro Boys.
Here we go. Big double elbow off the springboard and the super stud.
I talk
I'm
about
say it that way every time. He is looking good.
I talk about
you got it.
Untouchable on July 20th, live from San Francisco, California. You can't make it then. Our next collaboration right back here in Portland, Oregon. That is Roseland 9 on September 29th. We heard Amira lay out the challenge to Jordan Grace. Donovan Dijak already confirmed for that event.
That's right.
And speaking of Roseland, it's the man who had his Roseland streak stolen from him, ducking the shots of BK Westbrook.
Oh! Can you imagine if that match is approved and goes through? Amira and Jordan Grace. Talk about a generational matchup of two of the strongest ladies in professional wrestling.
Yeah, fans, you want my advice? Get your tickets now, because once that match is approved, once that graphic makes it official, there ain't going to be many left.
That's right. Roseland is always a magical time. It's always a sellout.
Right now, BK set face first.
Ouch.
Into the middle turnbuckle. Sonico kicking the arm for extra oomph, snapping it on the steel cables of the middle rope. And now a headbutt.
Sonico himself a human projectile.
This is a very determined Sonico. After the lack of luck he's been on as of late, the losing streak he's suffered as of late. I sound like a broken record, but I cannot overstate it. That Roseland streak meant everything to the ace, and now a chip on his shoulder the size of a boulder after losing that.
It's a chip on his shoulder bigger than the fuzz patch he's wearing.
Talk about boulders, talk about projectiles, sending JAIDEN like a human projectile into BK Westbrook, but still not enough.
What's the deal with the fuzz patch, Jordan?
Sonico with an injured shoulder there. Using the brace, hold on, cover! Kick out from Sonico. Using the sling, I should say, to keep the shoulder intact. But right now, muscling Alexander up, only to get caught with a forearm from the outside.
What's Alexander thinking from here? Top rope!
Cross body! Again, the height of Alexander is second to none.
Hang time.
Be it a leapfrog or a drop kick or a cross body, hang time is the word, Brian Zane.
I mean, you and I were on the call in Los Angeles when he went to war with Michael Oku.
A show-stealing matchup.
Absolutely, it's the match everyone was talking about that weekend.
Titus Alexander, as we mentioned, a former Prestige Wrestling World Champion. But you always have to say that with an asterisk. Hold on. Titus may be thinking sweet time driver, but Sonico has an answer. Handspring cutter!
Oh, boy, he reached out for it. And all his might and brought him down.
And he got it, but Sonico rolling to the outside. Alexander unable to capitalize. Not sure if Sonico even knows where he is right now. Thinking Chaos Theory, that's a game ender for Titus, and KoZone knows it.
I thought, what's he going to go for here? Whoa!
Nasty suplex. The power is one thing, but how about the athleticism? Kipping up, I should say.
Look at that, look at the speed.
Look at that, the senton.
I can see why DPW loves him.
Cover. I can see why Starboy and JAIDEN don't. Not one, but both of them with a series of splashes and shooting stars onto the lower back of the Ring Warrior. Now how about this? In the spirit of collaboration, West Coast Pro and Prestige joining forces. Charlie and JAIDEN looking to put their differences aside. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
You're saying, Jordan?
Super kick there. Now hold on, JAIDEN. Maybe thinking plus ultra driver.
Could have it here.
No, could not.
Wait a minute.
Now it's
what's
Starboy shot. What? Labron KoZone. Just spine-bustered Starboy Charlie while he had JAIDEN in the electric chair. What the hell did I just witness?
Yep. He's the one.
And KoZone ain't done.
He's the one. I thought BK Westbrook was something, but boy, that's impressive.
Buy him some peanuts and cracker jacks because he's looking for the ball game. And BK Westbrook saw it coming.
I changed my mind. BK Westbrook my pick again.
Maybe for good reason.
Oh, no.
If not for Starboy rolling out of dodge. Here comes Sonico.
Look at this, some double team action to send the superstar flying out of the ring.
Westbrook clipped his chin on the ring apron, and now we are back to the Ace and the Denim Dragon trading strikes in the center of the ring.
There you go. Oh, Sonico stops it. JAIDEN and Westbrook on the outside. Whoa.
Sonico maybe thinking tarantula here, yes. Cinching in the submission hold.
Oh,
but in comes Alexander.
Shades of Tajiri there is Sonico. Wait a minute, what's Alexander got in mind? Wow!
Toe on Halo over the tarantula, my God! And a super kick for good measure.
These fans are on their feet. They are loving what they see here.
That's for taking my West Coast Pro Heavyweight Championship, Starboy Charlie. Chaos Theory!
Oh, right on the noggin.
Shoulders down.
Look out!
JAIDEN breaking it up with a superhero splash.
This match has gone a mile a minute. I have no idea who's going to win this thing.
KoZone back in.
Ball game.
No.
Almost went for the ball game again, but that kick takes him out of it.
Call it a rain delay from JAIDEN. And now he's looking to take to the skies once again. He's perhaps thinking for that 450.
Wait a minute, there's a lot of traffic in the air. Someone get a control tower.
BK, Charlie, and JAIDEN on the top.
Wait a minute!
450 shooting star combination. 3 pairs of shoulders down and 3 pairs of shoulders kick.
That was a 3-post massacre, Jordan.
And I guess the person to answer this question, it's not you, it's referee Brad Lee. But if one or none of those men were to not kick out of that matchup, or that pinning predicament, excuse me, who wins the matchup?
So far, the fans are winning, Jordan.
Starboy Charlie landing on his feet, ducking the offense from Westbrook and JAIDEN effortlessly. Some Matrix-esque offense, defense, I should say, from Starboy Charlie.
The best offense is a good defense, and look at this.
Again landing on his feet. What a freak of nature this kid Starboy Charlie is. Cartwheeling through into a Pele.
That sent JAIDEN crumbling. He's a sitting duck up there in the high-rent district.
And it's a big risk at this juncture, especially with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 opponents there to grab you. And here comes one. It's the Super Stud.
What's BK got in mind here? He's got Starboy on his shoulders.
Torture rack position.
Blammo!
Going for the cover, but JAIDEN on the top once again. Another superhero splash, but Westbrook wisely moves out of the way.
JAIDEN with the, once again, a well-timed break-in with a cover.
It's BK Westbrook here spoiling the fun, a perpetual spoil sport here. Feeds off of it.
Wait a minute. Oh, no one in the pool for Westbrook.
Went for the super salt, but indeed nobody home. And JAIDEN with a Superman punch.
Now it's time for the main character to finish his own story here in this matchup. That's got to be it.
Cover! JAIDEN does it!
The winner of the 6-fight Scramble is JAIDEN!
What a much-needed win for JAIDEN, and against some of the elite competition, not just from Prestige Wrestling, but from West Coast Pro, but from Deadlock. You see Titus Alexander limping away to the back. Hope he's okay. And boy, what a victory for the unbelievable JAIDEN, the Rose City Savior, winning in his hometown.
As we take another look at the Plus Ultra driver that sealed the deal. There are a lot of dates to mark on your calendars. Of course, our next collaborations with West Coast Pro and TPW. First, July 20th in San Francisco, California, it is Untouchable. September 29th in Portland, Oregon, it is Roseland 9. But the next time you can catch Prestige proper is August 23rd and 24th here in Portland, Oregon. It is the Cascadia Wrestling Cup, and I know that's the one that JAIDEN has his sights set on, looking to go from almost to the here and the now. But Brian Zane up next, we still have so much more here to come. It is the tale of the Blackheart versus the Amazing.
Once upon a time, there was a man who wore red. He was fast, an innovator, a risk taker, a daredevil. He was an amazing man, and so the people called him the Amazing Red.
There was nothing the Amazing Red couldn't do, nothing he couldn't face. But what the people didn't know was that their hero was afraid. Afraid of a tale, a prophecy, a story untold. He was afraid of a legend. The legend of Blackheart Leo Rush. You see, the legend tells of a man born with a heart so loud it could be heard across the land. He lived among the people, and the people loved him. He gave everything he could and poured his heart into the night. Darker and darker the legend became. He was dangerous, so dangerous that he could no longer be contained. He was real. He was beautiful. He was Blackheart. Amazing Red always knew that one day he would hear the distant beat of the Blackheart calling him into the night. He would hear that heart and know that Blackheart is here.
When you talk about the ability to fit over 1,000 people into a literal arena for an independent wrestling show, that doesn't happen without this man.
Is scheduled for one fall and making his way around the ring from Brooklyn, New York. Please welcome Amazing Red.
Since the millennia began, the Amazing Red has been changing what it means to be a professional wrestler. And how lucky are we to see him make his Prestige debut here tonight, Brian Zane?
We talked about how influential, innovative the Motor City Machine Guns were. but I think this man actually trumps them both. Most of the high-flying action you see today can be directly traced back to the Amazing Red, but he is going to have a hell of a battle on his hands, because how do you defend yourself against this?
Blackheart, it's going to be a whole new ball game.
Wait a minute.
The Blackheart making Amazing Red wait.
Some mind games, maybe?
I mean, the mind games are the name of the game for the Blackheart. We've seen that against JAIDEN. We've seen that against El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
Okay, we are gonna play that music again. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa!
From behind the Blackheart with a sneak attack, a blind side to the Amazing Red. And Brian Zane, that speaks volumes. That is the first time we have ever seen that from the Blackheart. He has a very...
No. Don't hold that again, Devin.
Last time we saw Devin Campbell hold that necklace, he froze in place. Back at Roseland 8, the Blackheart's match against JAIDEN. And on that night, again at Alive or Just Breathing, the Blackheart took his time. He relished in that entrance.
How did Devin get this assignment?
To have him jumpstart the Amazing Red, to have him attack the Amazing Red speaks volumes. It shows how seriously he takes this matchup and this opportunity against a man who, you talk about influence, there is no one who has been influenced more by the Amazing Red than Lio Rush, Blackheart or otherwise.
That video package we saw here, that really explains Leo's motivations, certainly for wanting to wrestle Amazing Red, but I don't think Amazing Red, I mean, he may have prepared for the Blackheart, but he certainly didn't prepare for a cheap shot.
Blackheart, Lio Rush making it very clear, saying that Amazing Red was afraid of a legend, the legend of the Blackheart, Lio Rush.
I mean, certainly a legend in the making, Lio Rush. Devin Campbell now finally back in the ring. I was wondering how he was going to officiate the match from the outside.
Devin Campbell sounds for the bell. You talk about fear, I'm not seeing very much from the Amazing Red right now. He's got a poker face, if anything. He looks primed and he looks ready, not backing down from the Blackheart for a second, even in spite of that jump start. And I talked to Lio Rush, just Lio, not the Blackheart, on an Instagram Live just about a month ago. I asked him about this matchup, what it meant to square off with the Amazing Red, and he said that when he started watching wrestling, when he grew up, the first person he saw outside of the mainstream bubble was the Amazing Red. He captivated him. He wanted to be everything like Amazing Red and more. And since then, he's had the opportunity to wrestle him on previous occasions, very early on in his career, to sit under that learning tree. That's the thing, Brian Zane. This isn't Lio Rush, the man of the hour, the bad child, the same plucky young kid that grew up watching TNA and Ring of Honor. This is a creature. This is an entity. This is the Blackheart.
I mean, that's putting it mild. That is putting it mildly, Jordan, as we are trending now number 13 on X with the hashtag Combat Clash PDX. We thank you so much for your support worldwide, live here on YouTube.
Use that hashtag Combat Clash PDX. Amazing Red looking for that code red on the outside. A devastating enough maneuver in and of itself, but to the outside would be catastrophic even for the Blackheart. He knows it.
I mean, this would have been the shortest match of the night if he had pulled that move off.
Perhaps the shortest match in the history of the Blackheart's career.
Here we go now. Lio Rush here stalking his opponent.
I have to ask you, Brian Zane, I can't get that jump start out of my head, that sneak attack from the Blackheart before the bell even rang. Do you think there's a part of Lio Rush that still lives underneath this creature, underneath this aura, underneath this entity? Do you think there's a part of that young kid heading into battle with his idol, with his mentor that perhaps fears or at the very least respects Amazing Red despite all this darkness?
Jordan, take a look at everything we've seen so far from this matchup. Does he look like somebody who respects Amazing Red? I don't think so. I think whatever bit of light, whatever ray of light and hope might exist inside Lio Rush at this moment has been extinguished. It's just the Blackheart.
Perhaps respect isn't the word, perhaps fear. At the very least, acknowledgement.
He definitely does not fear Amazing Red, I can tell you that.
Amazing Red may be fearing the Blackheart right now as Rush looks to drop him on the small of his back. Red able to evade. Big boot. And Amazing Red, a former 3-time X Division champion. It's a championship that Leo has also held in his career. Both these men, veterans of Ring of Honor. Their careers really parallel each other in so many ways.
Here we go.
Cover. Oh, and a kick out.
When you think about it, Amazing Red really drew the blueprint, really laid the grounds for cruiserweights, light heavyweights, call them what you will, in professional wrestling. Not only did he innovate a brand new style, he also kind of showed the younger wrestlers the way and the path to take.
In many ways, the Blackheart perhaps a monster of his own creation. Would there be a Leo Rush as we know him without the Amazing Red? I don't think so. And without that blueprint, without that vessel of Leo Rush the man, where would Blackheart the monster have to go?
God only knows. But here we can see Rush now continuing to apply the pressure. And that's a power move there, the clothesline.
Cover. Yep. No. So close, so close. Only a 2 count here. The Blackheart starting to get frustrated here again with referee Devin Campbell. We talk about the power of the Blackheart Leo Rush. We saw it in that match with JAIDEN. And we're seeing Leo Rush once again inching closer and closer, drawn towards the sickness that is that Blackheart necklace, the same one that froze Devin Campbell in place.
I mean, we saw what happened when Rush drank from that, and I mean, that just set things off in a whole different direction.
He drank from that necklace, and yet somehow when JAIDEN or El Hijo del Dr. Wagner, tried to do the same, it was empty. There's something very, very dark about that necklace, and something very, very dark about that kick there from Amazing Red and Leo Rush in stereo.
Both guys had the exact same idea.
Cover.
But Rush is the first one to respond.
No. I'm not sure if Leo was attempting to go for the cover and Amazing Red wisely rolled onto his stomach, or if Leo instead attempted the submission hold. Whatever it is, the Blackheart very, very wily, very, very crafty, staying on top of Red.
I mean, Red is going to have to, he's thinking on his, he's definitely on the defensive here at this point. He's got to figure out a way to outlast, withstand this offensive pressure, and find an opening to come back.
As that pre-match sermon laid out very clearly, Amazing Red always knew that one day he would hear the distant beats of the Blackheart calling him into the night. He would hear that heart and know that the Blackheart is here. And indeed, the Blackheart is here. But Amazing Red is going down swinging, and he is not going quietly into the night, black or otherwise. Ducks and Hurricane Rana kicks Leo off his feet.
This is one of the first real opportunities Red's had all match to mount some kind of offense. Here's some consecutive moves here, but look out.
Yeah, when Amazing Red gets going, it's very, very hard to stop him. Around the world we go, DDT, legs hooked, but only a 2.
I saw what Leo Rush went through with JAIDEN. It's going to take a lot more than that. As impressive as that DDT was to put Leo Rush away.
You know, we talked to Amazing Red earlier on in the backstage area, and we said, have you ever seen anything like the Blackheart Leo Rush? And he told us the closest thing he's ever seen is the dark side of the legendary Great Muta. Talk about a comparison. Talk about another great tribute to a legend. Maybe looking for a little Viva la Raza.
Wait a minute. Oh.
Nobody home. Maybe took a little too much time paying tribute. Lands on his feet. Leo Rush ducks the shot, a flurry of his own.
Quick strikes. Oh my goodness!
Big stunner, springboard style leg hooked. Ooh. Again, a kick out from Red.
My goodness, that was close. And Devin, I would be very careful with my next moves if I were you.
And Blackheart Leo Rush has to be careful. Darkness, this possessive entity, whatever you want to call it.
Look at those teeth.
Referee Devin Campbell will still disqualify the Blackheart, despite his fear, despite the importance of a matchup like this on a stage like Combat Clash PDX. Use that hashtag.
Do you think Danhausen would enjoy having those kind of teeth like Leo Rush has in his collection of his jar?
I don't want to answer that question.
Oh, another stunner. He came down and held on to it.
Torquing the neck of Amazing Red here. As you said, Brian, all that respect, all that admiration out the window. This is not the same kid who grew up watching The Amazing Red. This is not the same green young upstart who wrestled The Amazing Red a year into his career. This is a changed man, if you can even call him a man.
He's certainly some kind of hybrid of man and beast. I've seen how he runs across the ring.
Maybe thinking final hour, that frog splash, playing with his food is the Blackheart.
Now wait a minute, he's making his way back down.
No. Really playing with his food here, really taking his time with The Amazing Red.
Wait a minute.
There's that animalistic instinct, but Red looking to steal it, small package, but only a 2.
Wow, he almost beat Leo at his own game.
And did beat Leo at his own game, suckering him in with the spin kick, and then one even higher, even faster, big roundhouse. Up to the top goes Amazing Red, maybe thinking infrared.
Oh man, I haven't seen this in a while. Oh.
Now there's the frog splash. Yes, the tribute to Eddie, and also a variation on Leo's own final hour. But it's not enough. Look at the pain etched across the face of The Amazing Red, saying that was 2, that was it.
That's a look of a guy who is running out of ideas, Jordan.
Let me ask you this, Brian Zane. It is very, very rare that we see Amazing Red compete at all these days, especially outside his native New York. So special to have him here in Portland, Oregon, as we take another look at the frog splash. Does that give The Amazing Red an advantage as he's, had time to recuperate? Doesn't have the same busy schedule. Hold on. What is this?
What is that? He's having some kind of attack in the ring?
He was maybe setting up for the code red there. He's calling his shot, but
what's Leo doing?
We saw that submission hold cinched in from Leo earlier. It almost seems like it's having some reverb, some type of flashback effect here on Amazing Red.
Some kind of delayed effect, which I've never seen in a wrestling hold before, but
a pain or a ringing in the head of Amazing Red. I mean, there's a lot when you talk about the Blackheart Leo Rush that we've never seen before.
What's Red? Oh, Red's eyeing that mysterious necklace, that mysterious black heart.
We saw this with El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. Red knows better of it, but he can't stop himself. It's like this poison, this curse from the Blackheart has compelled him. As Leo Rush taking Amazing Red out and sending him into the lap of a ringside fan.
That fan's getting his money's worth. Look at this. What is Leo Rush doing here?
What is the Blackheart doing here? It's almost like he didn't even want Amazing Red to get his hands on that necklace. He just wanted to distract him long enough, get him into position to land that tope suicida.
And now Red is compromised. There's that sprint again. What in the world?
Tope suicida once again.
Into another fan's lap.
Like an uncaged animal. Leading the Amazing Red like a pig to slaughter.
These fans are, whoa, buddy.
And we saw this against JAIDEN, another door.
It's not a red door, but I think he's got the same evil intentions as the last time.
I think the intention is to hurt Amazing Red. That's best case scenario.
Oh boy.
And Brian, we can't forget, Leo Rush, 2 weeks removed, less than that, from competing in a brutal multi-person ladder match at AEW's Forbidden Door. He is not in any way wearing the war wounds of that matchup. And I think, as crazy as it might sound, that's because that wasn't the Blackheart competing in that matchup. It's a different man entirely.
I was going to say, he may have won that ladder match had he had the Blackheart taken over that night.
What is Leo Rush setting up here? Knocking on death's doorway. He's got that gauntlet, that necklace in hand.
Now what's he got in mind? Devin, I would just back away at this point if I were you. He's drinking it again.
Hold on, Brian, that's not.
Boy, he just downed that.
I don't think that's the same liquid we've seen before.
No.
He's again offering it to referee Devin Campbell.
Don't do it, Devin.
Trying to freeze the official, and Devin thinking better of it. Come on!
No, don't do it!
Come on!
Oh, wait a minute.
Amazing Red, he's done his homework. He saw it coming and he stopped Lio Rush before he had the opportunity.
Drop it, you idiot, Devin. Come on.
Oh no, now Amazing Red has it in hand.
Oh, wait a minute. No.
Putting it around the neck of Devin Campbell. God damn it, Devin.
Oh, brother.
That is not the same black viscous goop we have previously seen from that necklace. That is a red liquid.
No!
And there's nothing amazing about it for the man, but hold on. JAIDEN.
Wait a minute.
Spear. The same man who Lio Rush decimated. The first time the Blackheart came calling with a measure of revenge here.
JAIDEN, who just went through hell in that six-man all-star scramble match, he was not going to let Lio Rush get away with what he did to him back at Roseland. And is not going to help the referee.
Saying, you cannot see me, Blackheart Lio Rush. Well, he damn sure felt that. A measure of revenge. You cannot kill the superhero. Amazing Red back in the ring. Devin Campbell's still frozen. The Blackheart's out cold. What the hell are we witnessing here, Brian?
I mean, I don't know. The only way to break the curse, I would imagine, is for Lio to snap him back into it. Wait, what is this?
That, my friend, is a wrench.
What's he going to do? I mean, he's wearing the mechanic jumper. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised he'd had that in him.
Well, Red's thinking better of it here.
What is he doing?
Removing the necklace. Referee Devin Campbell coming too.
Wait a minute.
Stabbing the Blackheart. I thought he was coming too.
Oh, he stabbed him with the sharp end of that wrench.
Almost protecting the necklace. It seems as if the stab from that wrench broke the curse here.
And now look at this. Lio is looking to be in some very visible pain, not just from that table attack.
Clearly some voodoo or something here. The damage done to that heart is having an effect on the Blackheart. What the hell are we seeing? Code Red!
That could be it!
It is!
I tell you what, look at the face of Amazing Red. That is a man whose life has just been forever altered after wrestling the Blackheart Lio Rush. Even though he won the match, I don't think he'll ever be the same.
I didn't think it could get any more surreal or disturbing when it came to the mythos of the Blackheart Lio Rush. But tonight, Amazing Red, with the assistance of JAIDEN the Unbelievable, doing the unthinkable, defeating and, dare I say, ending the reign of terror of the Blackheart.
Well, Amazing Red has proven that the Blackheart Lio Rush can be defeated, albeit with some help, some much-needed assistance from JAIDEN, and I don't think this is going to be over between the two of those.
And I don't think Muda ever did anything like that. Anything like any of that. Blackheart coming too.
Boy, look at the face of Lio Rush. He's in disbelief, as are many of us, I'm sure.
The Blackheart betrayed by his own darkness, but Brian Zane up next, a generational clash here at Combat PDX. Masha Slamovich versus Athena.
Okay.
Or I go Houdini.
Now, Brian, this is one the entire wrestling world has been looking forward to for a very long time. However, not for the reason you might think. This is absolutely a dream match between Slamovich and Athena. But will it even happen as advertised? Masha clearly in the building. We know Athena's in the building, but
singles bout scheduled for 1 fall.
she's not 100%.
And making her way over the ring from Moscow, Russia, she is Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Get a look at Slamovich holding one half of the TNA Knockouts Championship. She's not going to have her tag team partner in her corner tonight, though, taking on the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, the longest reigning, mind you, in Athena. But like you said, I mean, Athena's going to have to put on a brave face if she's going to withstand the pain, the insurmountable pain she's going through in this matchup. I saw her in the back with that boot on. It didn't look good, but she is, as the Fightingest champion, she's gonna put out, she's gonna suck it up, she's gonna dig down deep, and she's gonna wrestle this matchup here, mark my words.
The Fightingest champion and the winningest champion, not just in Ring of Honor, but in all of professional wrestling. 580 days. And there you see it, Brian Zayden.
Look, it was in this very city, in a matchup against Viva Van, where Athena suffered that crucial injury. And, you know, the specifics are not known yet. The prognosis for recovery not known yet, but look at her, the heart of a champion right there.
She is forever your Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, the fallen goddess Athena.
An injury sustained to Athena, the left foot. Again, the specifics are unknown, specifically the timeline. She said that it's been 1 year, perhaps a year and a half, perhaps even longer, given to her as an estimate by doctors. But I mean, Brian saying there's been a little bit of, I struggle even saying it, doubt or perhaps uncertainty from members of the Ring of Honor roster, and perhaps the legitimacy, or at the very least the seriousness of that injury.
Well, who are you to doubt a professional like Athena? I mean, if she's going to tell you she's hurt, why wouldn't you believe her?
Well, she's going to tell us something right now. Telling Evie Kiyoshi something, giving her a piece of her mind here.
Nobody knows what's going on in their body more than a professional wrestler.
Trending number 10 worldwide.
Hello, minions. So I know a lot of you guys are wondering what was going on with me, but let's be honest. I'm here to prove it. I'm here to prove that this porcelain hussy standing across the ring from me is not on my level, has never been on the minion overlord level. And it doesn't matter if I am on one, but I am going to show the world why I am the forever ROH champion, the minion overlord, the inspiration to every women's division, the real alpha, the ROH gatekeeper, but most of all, the most dominant champion in all of women's wrestling.
Here, here. What a warrior. I don't know if calling Masha porcelain, what she said, I don't know if that's the smartest thing in the world to do.
Yeah, Masha Slamovich is a lot of things. Porcelain hussy is certainly not one of them, but referee Buddy Ruth signals for the bell. We are underway. Athena's doing this.
We're having a match. Look at this. Athena.
Or are we?
With a surgical boot and all. She wants to prove a point, like she said, Jordan. She wants to prove just why she is the forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion.
Again, don't get me wrong, Brian. I am thrilled to see Athena here. I am thrilled that this match is going forward as scheduled, as advertised, but how wise is this from Athena? Clearly, this injury at play somewhat. If it is as serious or debilitating or as long-term as she said, it remains to be seen, but clearly Athena in a great deal of pain. Clearly Athena not at 100%. Never something you want to do as a professional wrestler, head into a match at any less than your best, but especially against Masha Slamovich, one of the very best in the world. No qualifiers necessary.
That is very true. There's been some hopping on Athena's part here, but one thing that's not lacking is the confidence. I see it in her body language. I see it in her face. She is still very confident, 1 foot and all, that she can defeat Masha Slamovich tonight. I remember last time we saw Masha Slamovich in a prestige ring, at least that I called, was that matchup with the legendary Aja Kong.
Yes, back at Nervous Breakdown in April of 2023. Masha Slamovich taking the legend to her limit, not picking up a victory on that occasion. Of course, saw her alongside Killer Kelly as a part of our collaboration with TJPW against the team of Miyu Yamashita and Maki Ito, but looking for singles success. No shame in a loss to Aja Kong, but Masha Slamovich does not settle for any less than her best. And a win against Athena, well, you know, Brian, they say to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Can you imagine the repercussions and the ramifications of a match like this for the TNA, one half of the TNA Knockouts champion, to beat the ROH Women's Champion? I mean, that is something.
So special. It's what Combat Clash PDX is all about. Again, use that hashtag, trending number 12 worldwide as we speak. A champion from TNA, a champion from Ring of Honor, convening here, the mecca of independent wrestling, here at a jam-packed arena in the heart of the Pacific Northwest.
Speaking of Ring of Honor, the last time wrestling came to this building was a Ring of Honor show in 2019. Probably most famous for Bully Ray getting a fan to go backstage so he could chew him out for heckling too much.
Masha Slamovich here, shoulders down on Athena. Looking to leg, no, looking for a submission hold. Wrenching at the arms is Slamovich and rolling through. Cattle mutilation perhaps? No, crucifix.
Whoop.
Only a 2.
And if Athena had her way, she would tell Masha to go back and be a fan. But right now, Masha's giving Athena some fits early on.
Again, Athena had to expect this, especially after mouthing off at Masha Slamovich. I know the mind games and the personal attacks have been a signature of Athena in all 580 days of her time as Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. But is that really what you want against an opponent as hot-headed as Masha Slamovich? Especially, when you're less than 100%.
You know, you talk about Masha's viciousness. How come she hasn't gone for the boot yet? That I'm curious about. I mean, as brave as Athena is to be in there, I think that boot is a huge target on her.
Well, it's a very obvious strategy for Masha Slamovich as she lands on her feet, waist lock implied, shoulders down once again. Off the ropes, takes Athena down, but Athena with a crucifix of her own. Covers fast and furious, crucifix from Masha. One from Athena. Back and forth, tit for tat we go. Both of these women looking to steal it in the early going. Slamovich sunset flip. Athena reverses.
Wow. Look at
Back
this.
and forth we go. Slamovich.
Heart of a champion, Athena.
Slamovich caught in the body scissors of Athena. Again, rolled down onto her shoulders.
But you can see the canvas in this match, the show so far. I mean, it tells the story. We've seen red viscous fluid.
Slamovich again.
I believe we've seen real blood tonight, have we? I know we've seen face paint get driven into the mat. It's quite the canvas, literally.
Well, if we haven't, we're certainly going to in our main event. At least if I were a betting man, that street fight world championship match between Alan Angels and Evil Uno. You know, both of these women renowned for their toughness, their grit in regards to their striking game, but that has not been the story of the matchup, at least thus far. Their technical prowess on full display here.
Look at this. Give Masha some credit here. She is giving Athena some space. She's giving her the respect. Look at this.
Despite Athena's comments before the bell.
Yeah.
Uncharacteristic of Masha Slamovich. She's never what I would call a sportsman, but certainly not in the face of disrespect like this.
Wow, that is very bold of the ROH champion Athena. One injured foot and all to really be conducting herself like that. But again, there's the confidence I was telling you about. Oh my goodness.
And I wonder if that confidence from Masha Slamovich, that is a reason why, as you said, she has yet to target that injured foot, has yet to target that surgical boot. She doesn't want to give any excuses to Athena, saying, oh, you only beat me because I wasn't 100% covered. You only beat me because you exploited an injury I had. You wouldn't have been able to do that if I were 100%. Masha Slamovich is prideful above all else. She wants to look Athena in her eyes and perhaps say, hey, I defeated you without targeting that boot. What a statement that would be.
That is a very good point, but now I think we are seeing the effects of wrestling in that boot with that critical injury. It's starting to take its effect.
Yeah, Athena crumpling here. And as you said, she hasn't even put that much weight on the boot. I mean, she's hopped around. We haven't seen kicks. We haven't seen Masha Slamovich target the boot here.
Well, the referee is checking on even Masha Slamovich here, slowing things down to check on her opponent. That is some good sportsmanship.
Oh, well, that is not.
Well, I'll tell you what, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on Masha Slamovich.
Athena suckering Masha in, playing cross, popping her up with a power bomb.
Look at the strength, look at the conviction.
Again,
the sheer willpower.
Nothing but respect for Athena as Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, the Forever Champion. Successful defenses against everyone from Kiera Hogan, Marina Shafir, Willow Nightingale, Emi Sakura, Yuka Sakazaki, Sky Blue, Allison Kay, Angelina Love, Layla Hirsch, Mercedes Martinez, Billy Starks, Nyla Rose, Hikaru Shida, Red Velvet. The list goes on and on and on. You
we
cannot
didn't
dispute
start the fire. Sorry, I got a little lost there.
Oh, Brian, you cannot dispute the pedigree. But this is what I question. This is what I have a bit of an issue with. Why do you need the disrespect? Why do you need the lack of morality here? Athena is as capable a competitor, clipped wing or otherwise. She doesn't need it.
Wrestling is, I would argue, 90% mental, Jordan. And I think that if you can get in your opponent's head, then you've already won the battle.
It's Athena winning the chess game right now, but wisely kicking Masha Slamovich with the right foot, but still did some damage to that injured left. Put pressure as she hit the kick. Maybe paying for it here. Digging Slamovich neck first onto the canvas.
Look at this. What an inspiration.
Really?
I mean, look at her. She's taking one half of one of the most powerful tag teams in wrestling today, taking her to school on one foot.
Bullying referee Buddy Ruth. And again, she took advantage of Masha Slamovich's kindness.
Because she's smart.
Call her smart, call her cowardice, call her immoral, call her what you will. You have to call her the Forever Champion, and you have to call her in control of this matchup. As Slamovich with a flurry of strikes. And
oh my goodness.
Big kick to the gut.
Nice.
Athena again with the healthy foot, lands the boot, shoulders down.
Could be it, no.
Kick out from Slamovich. Athena, no stranger to prestige wrestling. Previously saw her settle a brutal score with Taya Valkyrie.
Oh boy, I was there when she debuted. Showing up in the mask and everything, pulling it off. The pop at Roseland Theater was surreal that night.
That was back at Roseland too. Both events streaming on IWTV. And of course, who could forget a successful defense against Miyu Yamashita last year at Vendetta, again shocking the world. We thought Miyu had it won. We thought Miyu was the new Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, but it's not to be.
Nice counter move by Slamovich. Going up in there, changing direction with that drop kick.
Slamovich herself, no stranger to prestige wrestling. You mentioned that very impressive outing against the legendary Aja Kong. Talked about her time as part of our collaboration with TJPW, Combat Princess USA. Picked up victories against Liza Hall and Killer Kelly in the past. She herself has fell to the pink striker, Miyu Yamashita. Right now, it is all Athena.
That's right, not bad for a one-legged woman in an ass-kicking contest.
Slapping Masha across the face, as if baiting her in, as if suckering her in.
Heart of a warrior.
Wasn't enough.
No.
Athena now goading Slamovich, and maybe,
look at that slide.
Maybe, just maybe, reaping what she sows here as Slamovich lands the knee.
Oh my goodness. Who needs to go for the injured foot when you've got such great offense on the upper part of the body? another kick.
Now Slamovich going for the cover, capitalizing here, lateral press, only a 2. Masha Slamovich is hurting here, Brian Zane. Even on the one leg, I have to give the devil her due. I have to give credit where it's deserved. Athena has taken it to Masha Slamovich. It's taken the mind games, it's taken the coercion, but Athena has done a number to Russian Dynamite, and still she stands, still she fights.
Well, Slamovich has been playing catch-up for the last several minutes here, with Athena taking advantage of her kindness.
Athena, here, look at that, when she's digging Masha Slamovich's heel, her ankle into the canvas.
I thought she was biting her. Teeth of a warrior.
Perhaps a little teeth for good measure. Athena dropping Slamovich sternum first.
A big kick to the mush.
But again, hobbling here. The longer and longer this matchup goes, the more and more it benefits Masha Slamovich, because that's more time Athena, intentionally or otherwise, has to put on that injured foot.
Oh, she almost used the boot as a weapon, I think.
Nasty landing, this could be it.
Look at this.
No, Slamovich kicks out.
Boy, and Athena did not like that outcome. Can you imagine what sacrifice it would be if maybe she used that boot as a weapon? Just hypothetically speaking, that would KO Slamovich.
I mean, we may have seen it moments ago, as now Athena locks in her variation of the crossface here. Fingers interlaced across the neck, making it difficult for Slamovich to breathe as Russian Dynamite crawls and inches towards that bottom rope.
I mean, think of what grit the Ring of Honor Women's Champion has coursing through her veins.
Hold on, Slamovich manages to reverse. Talk about the grit of Slamovich here, the grit of one half of the TNA Knockouts champion.
Oh boy, this could be bad for Athena.
Crossface of her own. She's got the arm interlaced between the legs.
I mean, if she tapped out here, there's no shame in that. She's resting on one leg, Jordan.
And she's going to need to use the healthy leg, that right leg perhaps.
Wait a minute.
To reach the bottom rope, to break the hold, and she does.
All right. Still in this thing.
And again, Slamovich releasing the hold immediately. She could have taken all 4 seconds. We've seen that several times tonight. Despite Athena's disrespect, still a sportsman. But perhaps Slamovich a victor as well? No.
My goodness. Folks, I've just been notified that we are trending number 9 in the world on X right now.
Top 10. But the only number Masha Slamovich cares about is 3, with 1 and 2 preceding it.
Oh! These two trading strikes, taking nothing away from Slamovich, because she is still wrestling in another gear here.
And this is what it's all about, Brian Zane. This is what sets both of these women apart. Their striking game. It is gnarly, it is nasty, it is mean.
I mean, if you can go toe-to-toe with Aja Kong, if you're Masha Slamovich, then you're a top 10 striker in my book.
I mean, how about if you're Athena right here in Prestige? If you can go toe-to-toe with Miyu Yamashita.
I mean, Athena garnered some controversy the last couple of years for how tough and how hard she hits. But she has proven that pays dividends in a big way. Oh my God.
Spinning back fist, followed up with a big kick from Russian Dynamite off the ropes, gets caught by Athena.
Look at the strength, look at the inspiration, look at the power. Tombstone pile driver.
Cover. No.
Ooh.
What? Slamovich survives.
Now, I don't know if we got a great shot of the referee's hand, but boy, that sure felt like 3 to me, didn't it, Jordan?
Referee Buddy Ruth with the best seat in the house, the best vantage point. But I agree, Brian Zane, you could have put a piece of paper between the official's hand and the ring canvas.
This 1,000+ crowd here at the Viking Pavilion, they're hanging on every single moment of this matchup.
And there we saw in the corner of your screen, it was close, but it was no cigar for the hand of the official. Athena trying to muscle Slamovich up. I mean, what do you do? At any point against Masha Slamovich. Thinking pile driver once again.
Oh my God, that could have knocked her teeth out.
Big skull kick there from Slamovich.
What is she going for here? Oh! Sit out power bomb. Could have her beat. No! Wow. Can you imagine if on enemy soil, not in ROH territory, for Athena to lose this matchup here. Like I said, it could create shockwaves throughout the entire wrestling sphere.
Likewise on enemy territory for Masha Slamovich, one half of the TNA Knockouts Championship.
Look out.
Oh, no! She got the official! Landed that skull kick once again, and Buddy Ruth's out cold!
Oh man, right in the beard.
Oh no, and Masha Slamovich realizes she has made a fatal error. If Athena was willing to bend and break the rules and exploit her sportsmanship before,
he busted his nose.
She's damn sure willing to do it now.
Look at this.
Slamovich maybe thinking snowplow,
oh!
Yes!
She's out, that's gonna be it.
No, but there's no official. There's no one to make the count.
I mean, he got kicked right in the snoot, and I think this right here could be the difference maker in this matchup.
Oh man, Masha Slamovich realizes the error of her ways.
Tough break.
She would have had this matchup won. She would have been the first woman in God knows how long, easily over a year, to pin the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. And look at it, Brian saying, the boot is coming off.
The boot of a champion.
God damn it.
The boot of a warrior.
Not like this. Athena victorious.
What an inspiration.
By hook or by crook, Athena gets the job done. The last time we saw her, it was a shot with the championship belt to Miyu Yamashita. Tonight, it was a shot with the boot to Masha Slamovich, as we see here.
Oh, that's it.
Referee Buddy Ruth none the wiser. And Athena, controversy aside, picks up the Duke in the dream match.
What a hell of a matchup, and what a showing for Athena. You can talk about anything you want about her, but here's the thing. The fightingest, the winningest, the forever ROH Women's World Champion on one leg just beat one half of the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions, and that is a headline in and of itself.
Athena, a one-legged woman, winning an ass-kicking contest. Slamovich back up to her feet. Not sure if she knows what hit her. It was a boot, quite literally. A big boot. And not in the traditional sense, but Slamovich has something to say.
Athena, you must be one sick bitch if you think that this is over for a second. Athena, I want you to look me in the fucking eye and know that every locker room, everywhere you go, you're gonna see my goddamn face, Athena. Every single place you go, there's no place that's safe. Every locker room, you'll see me very goddamn soon.
Athena may have won the battle, but Brian Zane, I can guarantee you, she did not win the war. This thing is far, far from over.
I'll tell you what, you don't want to make Masha Slamovich mad, and that's quite possibly the angriest I've seen her. Athena, you better get in that car, head to the airport, toot sweet, champ.
Masha Slamovich is looking to right some wrongs. I would not want to be Athena, the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion right about now. Despite the skill, despite the success, I can say that pretty unequivocally.
Listen to these fans chanting for prestige. We are ranking seventh on Twitter/X, everybody.
Keep it going, hashtag Combat Clash PDX, because fans, if you thought that was brutal, if you thought that was sadistic, well, the hits just keep on coming. that Roderick Strong made his triumphant return to independent professional wrestling in the Prestige 2023 Match of the Year against Kevin Blackwood. It is my favorite match I have ever called, far and away. And it was a special, special moment. Tonight, he returns to Prestige for the first time since that epic encounter. And man, oh man, Brian, he has not chosen a scrub-a-dub, a ham and egger for the occasion.
Thatcher.
And Roderick Strong maybe willing to give him a run for his money.
Look at this, there's no time wasted here. No gaga, no dancing around. These guys are getting down to business from the opening bell.
Yeah, these men know they can't afford it. They are no strangers to each other. They've locked horns across the world, across the country, across numerous promotions. Perhaps most notably, over 8 years ago in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, the American Legion Hall in Reseda, California, it was Roderick Strong picking up the victory on that occasion. That's something we know Timothy Thatcher has not soon forgotten.
Tell you what, this is a bit of a homecoming for Timothy Thatcher. It was back in 2006 in his rookie year. Spent a considerable amount of time up here in Portland for Portland Wrestling.
Thatcher has spent more and more time in Portland as of late for Prestige Wrestling. Picking up a victory earlier this year at Roseland 7 against Josh Alexander. We've seen him in Los Angeles, California with wins over Robert Martyr. We miss you, Bob. The former Prestige Wrestling World Champion Alex Shelley. Neither of these men strangers to Prestige, so how apropos that they revisit this epic rivalry, write another chapter in this epic story here at our biggest event yet.
Thatcher, a no-frills, all-business competitor. He knows how to hurt you in more ways than one. And so does Roderick Strong, former AEW International Champion, a former WWE NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Just some of the most recent of his many, many accolades in his career.
I was talking to Roderick Strong earlier on tonight. I said, how is this a different Roderick Strong than the one we saw against Kevin Blackwood a year and change ago? And he told me after losing that AEW International Championship, after losing a couple of opportunities at the AEW World Championship, I have something to prove. I'm in a rebuilding phase. Be a hell of a block on the road to rebuilding if he could pick up yet another victory against Timothy Thatcher. Timothy Thatcher here with control of the neck. Those tree trunk-like legs wrenching at the neck of the Messiah. But it's Roderick Strong using the arms to choke the life out of Thatcher here. So evenly matched are these two, so similar in the way they just grind their opponents down. It's not personal, but it's damn sure merciless.
Every time I see some combination of these two guys in the ring, there's always going to be something that makes me wince. They do something that really just kind of awakes the visceral part of your brain that sees that and feels that utter sympathy for the pain.
Roddy told me earlier on tonight he has to keep going at Thatcher until he catches him. He has to try to F him up before Thatcher has the opportunity to F him up. It sounds like, if you read between the lines, that Roderick Strong wants to finish this match up as soon as possible, Brian.
And certainly nobody wants to get effed up. And right now, Thatcher here showing the aggression. Look at that sick European uppercut.
Yeah, he is effing him up. It suffices to say.
I think someone will get effed up by the end of this matchup here.
If not both men.
If not both.
Thatcher, of course, loves to employ that Fujiwara armbar. A practitioner of the submission hold, has tapped out many an opponent here in Prestige, and maybe softening Strong up for it here.
Trying to put both shoulders down here. Bradley's checking it out.
And we talk about Roderick Strong looking for the quick victory, looking to potentially steal one against Thatcher. As much as Thatcher loves to hurt people, specifically Roderick Strong, a man who defeated him on such a big stage all those many years ago, I don't think he'd be adverse to a quick win.
Ooh. Look at
the Messiah.
Look at the torque of that leg. Almost it was a heel hook, kind of. And now,
digging both knees into the lower back. The knees, one of the hardest parts of the body. I've made much out of massaging them and just how hard they are, but this does not feel like a massage as Timothy Thatcher digs the fingers into the mouth and nose of Roderick Strong. Bow and arrow applied.
I mean, I've been in the ring and had that happen to me, an opponent ripping at my face, pulling at my nose. Not only is it embarrassing, it hurts like a mother.
And it hurts like a mother against whoever that opponent was, shoulders down. I can almost guarantee you, no disrespect to said opponent, it did not hurt as much as it does coming from Timothy Thatcher.
Absolutely not. I'm glad that I never had to wrestle him when we were both rookies.
Roderick Strong able to escape the hold. Chop to Thatcher. Something that impressed me so much in Roderick Strong's match of the year against Kevin Blackwood, looking for the backbreaker. First of the matchup.
Not the last.
Not if Roderick Strong has anything to say about it. Something that impressed me so much was Strong's poise, his focus. You saw the tears in his eyes then, you saw the tears in his eyes tonight. He's made it very clear how much it means to him to be back in independent wrestling. Frankly, it's one of the reasons he chose the career path that he did, coming to AEW. But he is enough of a veteran, he's able to live in that moment without letting it overtake him.
You saw how hard Thatcher hit the floor, and there's carpeting on this floor, Jordan, but there's no padding. It is not soft by any means. That is hard concrete that they're landing on there.
Yeah, that carpeting is doing very, very little except for the name of show. Looks beautiful here in the gorgeous Viking Pavilion.
Absolutely. I love the setup for this building because the seats are so high up on top of you. The sound comes barreling down.
We'll talk about sound. We may hear the sound of Roderick Strong's elbow crunching as Timothy Thatcher with evil intentions.
Oh boy, this is not a good spot to be in if you're Roddy Strong. Oh!
Psyching Strong in. I thought he was going to perhaps stomp on the fingers or the elbow, instead digging the knee into that elbow, into that arm. Again, the knee, one of the hardest parts of the body. I won't talk about a massage.
Absolutely, and Thatcher, you know, give credit to him for, wrestling such a long, illustrious career with no knee pads. How does he do it?
I mean, I think that is by design. Doesn't want any padding between those knees. Cover. Kick out immediately from Strong. Uses them to his advantage. Show expertly digs them and grinds them into his opponents. He wants bone-on-body contact.
This here is a technical clinic we are witnessing, and right now it's tough. It's a tough one to call in terms of who I think is going to win this one. Oh my God, that knee right into the kidney area.
Well, it begs the question, Brian, who does have the advantage? Is it Strong, as he picked up the victory the last time these men met in singles competition, or is it Thatcher for the exact same reason, because he has that much more to prove, having fell to Strong in their last singles encounter?
Oh man.
Nasty series of uppercuts there from Thatcher.
And I'll never forget the resilience Strong showed with that neck injury. Hashtag neck strong.
Really?
Yes.
Well, right now, Timothy Thatcher's going to need to be pretty neck strong as Roderick Strong, forgive the pun, forgive the repetition, lands a flurry of shots to that neck. Now singles in a chin lock here.
This
really staying on top of that chin, staying on top of that head and neck region is Roderick Strong.
The sense of urgency on Strong, the way he leapt over Thatcher to get that rear chin lock applied.
Talking about urgency, you saw a handful of hair there for a moment, perhaps grasping at some of the hair in Timothy Thatcher's beard, but still Thatcher using that size, using that power, and rising to his feet, doing anything he can to escape the hold, especially as Strong started to dig into the mouth and nose. Turnabout again, fair play.
We talk about how Thatcher is as nasty and vicious as they come, but Roderick Strong is no pushover. He's no softy in the ring either. He can get down and dirty when he needs to.
And we've seen that as part of the Undisputed Kingdom. A far cry from the fan favorite Messiah that defeated Kevin Blackwood at the Globe Theater in June of last year. This is someone who is not afraid or against taking a low road or a shortcut. No, Matt Taven or Mike Bennett in attendance tonight as far as we know, but that doesn't mean, I was going to say that doesn't mean Strong doesn't have an ace up his sleeve, but I don't think he has anything up his sleeve except a great deal of pain after that.
I love those guys, by the way. Matt Taven's a big fan of the show.
Timothy Thatcher going to show Roderick Strong what's it for. Maybe We're going to cinch in a leg lock, a Boston Crab, or an ankle lock, but Strong.
Nice defensive maneuvering by Strong here, trying to kick him.
Keeping the movement, keeping the motion. I'm not sure if it was an attempt at a kick, so much just trying to escape Thatcher, but it didn't work.
Like a stump pull kind of maneuver. He wants to pull the arm out of the socket.
And
does Thatcher.
Now wrenching at those fingers. And that doesn't just hurt the fingers, that doesn't just hurt the hand. That pain shoots down throughout the entire arm, Brian.
Oh boy, and you know what? It goes all the way through the body. That is just full body pain.
Oh no, he's gonna tear the fingers off! He's gonna tear the damn fingers off!
God, that's gonna slam him down into nubs.
Look at the smile on the face of Timothy Thatcher. I retract my previous statement. I said it wasn't personal, it's just merciless all the same. It's personal for Thatcher. He's happy to do this, but Roderick Strong more than happy to return the favor here.
Strong, he's certainly taking it personally, is Roddy Strong.
And can you blame him?
No, I cannot.
Thatcher again, looking to cinch in, at the very least soften up the arm of Strong for that Fujiwara armbar, just clubbing at the back. Again, digging the knee into the neck, into the shoulder.
Here we go, look at this. And look, a little bit of a side hand into the face for good measure. Look at him trying to extend that arm. He might hyperextend the elbow.
His entire body weight on the shoulder, keeping Strong neutralized, bending the arm in a direction and an altitude it is simply not meant to go.
No, not even if you're double jointed it's supposed to go. Oh, look at that!
Desperate times call for desperate measures. A rake of the face again, digging the fingers into the eyes and nose of Thatcher is Strong.
I don't think Thatcher, he's looking as if no one's ever done that to him before.
And lest we forget, Brian Zane, Roderick Strong is less than 24 hours removed from a Ring of Honor World Championship #1 contenders match against Dalton Castle on AEW Collision. He wants to finish this one as quickly as possible for multiple reasons. He cannot afford to head into an opportunity like that any less than 100%.
Look at this. Look at the stomps by Strong here. And for once now, Thatcher is looking to be in a bad spot.
I think Thatcher awoken something in Roderick Strong. Cover. Shoulders down.
Could have him already.
No.
In the ropes is Thatcher, and he's out of the ring.
Thatcher in the ropes, and not only that, Brian, it took a second too long for Roderick Strong to get those shoulders down, and it may have cost him as Thatcher, again, back to the arm. The elbow pad is off. The elbow pad is on the wrist.
God, looks like he's dislocating his elbow there. And, of course, that hold, in the grand scheme of things, amounts to not much because you can't tap out in that position.
Yeah, but I think all 4 seconds allotted to him by referee Brad Lee were detrimental to Roderick Strong here. Still able to get the kick, still able to stagger Timothy Thatcher here. But how much damage did he do even in those few seconds? Muscling Thatcher up. Talking about that sick, sadistic smile. It is gone. It has faded from the face of Thatcher here.
Oh, scintillating chop.
You can see the sweat flying off the chest of Thatcher.
Oh, man. Both men looking to make a statement here tonight. And what better way to do it on this globally trending event?
You talk about neck strong. Gone are the silly glasses and the goofy neck brace and the plush giraffe. This is a killer in the form of the Messiah of the backbreaker. But Brian, the killer might be killed here as Timothy Thatcher wrenches that arm across the top rope.
This match has been a technical, all-out war of attrition at this point. At this point, I think it's going to take a mistake for someone to capitalize on in order to win this matchup.
I'll put you on the hot seat. Who makes the mistake first?
Boy, you put that question on me, I'd have to say Strong. I'm going to say Strong's the first one to make a mistake.
No mistakes made right now, but a calculated risk. Heading up to the top, but Thatcher with those devastating headbutts and Zane, you may have called it. No! And Seguri.
Nice wherewithal by Strong, not letting those headbutts, not letting them crumble.
The head is to Thatcher what the knee is to Strong. What the hell is this?
Look out below. Oh my God.
Superplex. Perhaps softening the back up of Thatcher. Perhaps softening him up for that end of heartache. But Roderick Strong needs to get the cover. He needs to get the shoulders down, and he does.
Win at any cost, come on.
No! Again, took a second too long, Brian. Took a second too long.
If Roddy's arm were healthier, if he were healthier, he may have crawled onto Thatcher a bit sooner, and we'd be having a different story.
But Strong still in this thing. He is still on his feet. The question is, with all the injury, all the damage done to that arm, Thatcher looking for more, looking for the Fujiwara.
Nice counter.
Again looking for it. Using that elbow pad. Cover! Shoulders down! No! Using that elbow pad that has slipped onto the wrist for leverage, almost grabbing onto it like a hook. Huge uppercut, but a big knee from Strong.
Oh man, this is trademark.
Cover! He did it!
Wow!
He got him!
The winner of this match, Roderick Strong!
Wow, talk about being able to beat an opponent from any angle with any move. Roderick Strong with a hellacious knee strike right into the dome, rocking Timothy Thatcher. What a win for the Messiah of the backbreaker.
Roderick Strong loves to employ the end of heartache as a game ender. We saw it during his time as AEW International Champion. We saw it back in Black Sunshine against Kevin Blackwood. But credit to the Messiah. He knew that was not in the cards. Not after all the damage that Thatcher had done to the arms. He fought on his feet. Moreover, he fought with his knee. And that was what sealed the deal. Roderick Strong, 2-0 here in Prestige Wrestling.
Hell of a showing for the former international champion. You gotta believe that's not the last championship he's gonna win before it's all said and done. Speaking of championships, Jordan, we got a couple of matches left on our docket, and gold is gonna be on the line.
Up next, the Prestige Wrestling Tag Team titles up for grabs in a four-way tag team match. Sinner and Saint putting the gold on the line against C4. The Midnight Heat, and MXM, a true tag team showcase here at Combat Clash PDX. Use that hashtag.
And Jordan, breaking news, we are trending number 5 worldwide, more so than AEW Rampage. And folks, this show, if you've never seen Prestige Wrestling before, I certainly hope you've been getting everything you wanted out of it and then some, and we're not done yet.
When you talk about trending number 5, how about we bring it up to number 4? Because C4, Guillermo Rosas on your right, Cody Chun on your left, have entered the building. The inaugural and only 2-time champs in company history look to make it 3.
Look at this crowd, listen to this ovation.
The following contest is a four-way tag match scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challenging team number 1.
When these men made history, becoming the inaugural Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions. You and I were on the call when they regained those tag team titles in TLC Warfare against these men.
That was the damnedest match I'd ever seen, and it made me a believer of C4. But you know who I also believe in, Jordan?
Here we go.
I believe in Rockin' Ricky Gibson. I believe in Precious Eddie Pearl.
Yep.
And I believe that these two men are your once and future Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Heat.
Introducing team number 2. The team of Ricky Gibson and Eddie Pearl, Midnight Heat.
The Midnight Heat looking very, very impressive. A victory over Dirty Breeze back at Roseland 8. Most recently, a victory over the Flaming Aces 2.0 at Alive 3. And it was after that match that they made a very interesting proclamation. They said top guys out, Brian Zane. I mean, and that can only be interpreted one way.
Absolutely, they are calling their shots. We've seen them on Ring of Honor television, on AEW television.
Let's talk about Ring of Honor television. A couple of the newest additions to the ROH roster. The Radiant Ozempic Hotties themselves.
Oh man, I've been waiting for this one, Jordan. Get ready for your juices to be titillated.
Mason Madden and Mansoor make their way to Prestige.
Introducing team number 3. Making their way from twitch.tv/InsideMXM. Mason Mansoor MXL.
You know, we talk about the victor of our last matchup, Roderick Strong's associate to the Undisputed Kingdom, the current reigning and defending Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Mike Bennett and fan of the channel, Matt Taven, I believe he said.
Good friend of the channel, Matt Taven.
What a message it would send to said Undisputed Kingdom if MXM were to head into a Ring of Honor Tag Team title match with Prestige Tag Gold around their waist.
You know, MXM have made headlines ever since their arrival into the independent world, making headlines in Africa, making headlines in the gaming world.
Making headlines in Japan.
They've been everywhere. They're a worldwide phenomenon, no doubt. But now it's time for the chance to bring the noise to Prestige Wrestling.
From the newest addition to the Ring of Honor roster, we bring you the newest additions to the TNA roster. S's stay up, if only for now. That is Judas Icarus and Travis Williams.
Representing the noise, they are your Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the team of Travis Williams and Judas Icarus, Saints and Sinners.
Of course, Sinner and Saint dethroning C4, ending their second reign with the gold back at Roseland 7.
And that was C4's first defense, mind you.
One of their first defenses.
All right, second, I'm sorry. Still, you cannot discount C4, but you certainly got to give credit to Sinner and Saint. Like you said, the newest signees for TNA Wrestling. You know, we've been dropping a lot of names of companies here on this show, but that just gives you an idea of the kind of level Prestige Wrestling is at, where all the stars want to be right here in the Pacific Northwest.
And the stars are out, a team in each corner. Brian, this one's about to get crazy. I do not envy our official here tonight.
That's right, Fidel Martinez. He's got his work cut out for him. 8 very combustible individuals here in this matchup with the gold on the line. You know these guys are going to go all out.
Of course, the tag team champions, Judas Icarus and Travis Williams, as well as the men they dethroned for those tag titles, Guillermo Rosas and Cody Chun, scheduled to compete in the Cascadia Wrestling Cup. Every man for himself, August 23rd and 24th, right back here in Portland, Oregon. So in addition to retaining and reclaiming tag team gold, you got to think those 4 men looking for momentum heading into the Cascadia Cup.
Absolutely, it was Cody Chun who ran the distance and became the winner of the inaugural Cascadia Cup. And you gotta believe that whether it's tag or singles, this is gonna give a win by C4 would certainly give them both the momentum.
Such an interesting dichotomy here. C4, Midnight Heat, Sinner and Saint, despite all their differences, they have one very special, very important thing in common, and that is that they have, at one time or another, held the Prestige Wrestling Tag Team titles.
That's right.
The same cannot be said about MXM, as I mentioned, making their Prestige Wrestling debut. So I ask you once again, Brian, does that give them an advantage or a disadvantage as the unknown commodity, at least to these teams, at least in this organization?
Well, it certainly makes them the odd men out in this prestigious club, no pun intended. Like you said, these other three teams are the first three tag team champions in this company. Could MXM become the fourth? I mean, if it doesn't happen here, it could happen very soon. You see Mansoor.
Oh man, that's just, no one needs to see that.
See Mansoor repping Hood Slam on his boots with FTF.
That's a hug right there. I'm sorry to cut you off, Brian. That is how you do it.
I'm not going to tell you what FTF stands for because I don't want to get us demonetized.
It is the winner of the inaugural 2023 Cascadia Wrestling Cup, Cody Chun, head-to-head with the suave Mansoor.
Hard to believe at one time Mansoor was just a 17-year-old kid with a dream in the Bay Area. And now he's wrestled all over the world, sold out Saudi Arabia, and he is here right now in the Rose City as one half of the MXM connection.
We're a long way from Oakland. We're a long way from Saudi Arabia. And Mansoor looking very, very impressive here. Cartwheeling through the wrist lock, cutting Cody Chun off with a huge chop. And I think that only served to piss Cody Chun off more than anything.
Well, Mansoor should be very proud of his work with that one shot, but there's a lot more wrestling to be done.
Atomic drop, followed up with a ginger pat to the head. Mansoor set against the ropes, leapfrog from Chun. Lands on his feet, does Mansoor, making it look too easy.
And we talk about, you know, which team is the odd team out.
Whoa! Strike a pose. It's been struck.
Beautiful. Here's another thing. We talk about, Cody caught it. We talk about the credentials and the experience. These other three teams, Sinner and Saint.
Yeah, and Mansoor caught that.
Oh.
Turnabout fair play with the atomic drop, and Cody Chun with the drop kick, one of the prettiest in the game.
These other three teams, they have flirted, oh boy.
Cody Chun with a pose of his own. You say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, Brian saying. Mansoor does not seem to agree with that sentiment.
He is appalled, and rightfully so. Here's the thing, these other three teams, they have flirted with national exposure. These two, Mansoor and Mason Madden, they have lived it. They are by far the biggest stars in this matchup here, and Mason is just, is he giving the kiss a giant swing, throwing it way out into the crowd? That is the mark of a true superstar.
What a souvenir for fans in the 200s. A kiss from Cody. And Brian, did you ever think you'd hear that chant after a man stole and stomped and threw an invisible kiss?
You know, I've heard that chant for a lot weirder so far tonight.
Well, nothing weird about that. It is unfortunately the reality with Ricky Gibson. A cheap shot, a knee to Cody Chun, Judas Icarus. Headlock, a sleeper hold applied to Mansoor, tagging in Travis Williams. Again, it is two men in legally at the same time. Currently, that is Eddie Pearl and Travis Williams. The professional and the precious, two of the most detestable individuals on the Prestige Wrestling roster.
Look at this. Oh, they saw each other coming there.
Eddie Pearl telling me earlier on tonight he's been reading the 48 Steps to Power. I didn't know he knew how to read, quite frankly.
I didn't know he knew how to count.
Travis Williams thinking professional lariat, but gets caught by Mason Madden.
Oh! Oh, goodness.
Chop sends him down. For Madden to grab the skull with the bald or buzzed head of Williams is very impressive, I have to say.
It takes quite the grip. Oh my goodness, little do-si-do action. Mansoor and Cody Chun benefiting from that.
And look at Guillermo and Madden.
Oh, look at this.
A scoop slam for a scoop slam from the two big boys.
Here we go. Are we seeing a little bit of an alliance being formed?
Hold on.
Are they going to do it?
Oh, they're going to do it.
Wow.
Pose struck. Eat your heart out, Derek Zoolander. But C4 may have suckered him in. No.
Oh. Can you imagine if that that was the end of the match.
Well, it is not. MXM let their guard down for a second. It nearly cost him a shot at the Prestige Wrestling Tag Team titles as Mansoor with another atomic drop off the ropes takes Chun down. Madden with a hip attack.
Tell you what, this show has given you everything and then some.
Cover.
Oh, we
out.
almost saw new tag team champions.
They always know how to find the hard cam, don't they, those MXM boys?
They've never met a camera they didn't like.
And a camera that didn't like them.
I'll say that much.
Mansoor with firm control of Cody Chun.
Whoop. 2 for flinching. Yeah!
Mansoor, so cool, so calm, so collected. I think you spoke to it earlier, the mainstream national experience, the big stage. That is the ace in the hole for MXM, and they are exploiting it here.
Oh!
But another beautiful drop kick there from Cody Chun. Takes Mansoor off his feet, tags in tag partner Guillermo Rosas.
Oh boy, Mansoor's in the worst possible place right now. Look out!
Flurry of splashes from C4.
Here we go, the strength of Rosas. He's the powerhouse of the cell that is C4.
Cover! Drop kick assisted suplex, but only a 2.
You can call him mitochondria.
What?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Guillermo Rosas now laying the chops into the chest of Mansoor. Those are not going to look good in any modeling catalogs. Rosas spilling to the outside.
Look at that craftiness by Ricky Gibson pulling the rope down.
And I think Mansoor realized it. He had a plan. He had intentions for Guillermo Rosas. He's angry at Midnight Heat for faltering him.
And now it's time for the Heat to get their moment in the sun.
Again, the Heat have done everything dirty.
Oh!
Here in Prestige Wrestling. They won the tag titles. They defeated C4 by cracking Cody Chun with a shoe filled with a brick. I mean, who does that? Who steals another man's shoe, fills it with a brick, and then cracks it over said man's skull to win tag team gold? It's sick.
Someone with a lot of time on their hands.
Clearly Eddie Pearl with a lot of time on his hand. 48 steps to power.
Pearl now tagging in Gibson, and here, thought we might see some double team in action there.
Ricky Gibson now in control of Guillermo Rosas. These tag teams so familiar with one another.
I mean, Gibson is truly, he's one of the great veterans in this area.
Cover.
No,
kick out.
He's wrestled for more than half of his life. There's nothing he doesn't know.
And it's really only in the last half decade, 4 or 5 years, he started teaming with Eddie Pearl. The magic of the Midnight Heat, I hate to give them credit. They are deplorable human beings, but you can't deny it. They are an excellent tag team, rule-breaking and all.
It took a lot of trial and error, a lot of growth. I remember when they were 4 minutes of heat, when they were wannabe rock stars. But right now, they have earned their rock star status by becoming their own men, shedding the flashy, superfluous gimmicks. They are their own men, and that is why they are as successful as they've been in the last 4 years.
Ricky Gibson is no wannabe rock star, but he may be a wannabe champion. And how thrilling, how exciting would it be for Ricky Gibson to not just reclaim the gold, but do so by pinning a member of C4, the same team that defeated the Midnight Heat, to take back what was theirs.
Big kick to the head by Travis Williams, follows up with another one.
Williams tagged in, the legal man, the professional. So impressive here. We talk about our partnership with DPW. Sinner and Saint recently making their deadlock debut, looking very, very impressive in doing so. Travis Williams looking very, very impressive as he takes the fight to Rosas. Tags in Judas Icarus. You gotta think, Brian, this is what you want to do if you're any given tag team. It is 2 men in any given time. Shot there from Williams. Misdirection, a signature of Sinner and Saint. You want to keep yourself covered. You want to keep yourself, and your partner in at all times. Sometimes it's inevitable. Someone will get a sneak tag, a blind tag, but Judas Icarus and Travis Williams, again, hate to give them credit. Terrible people, great professional wrestlers. They are isolating the ring to Sinner and Saint alone.
This has been a great test. Great test for C4. Showing off their tag team champion credentials. They want to get back to the top of the mountain in a big way. Look out. Within a fingertip of getting that vital tag, but
again,
not close enough.
The short, stocky limbs of Guillermo Rosas costing him here. Judas Icarus grabbing the chop, lands the stomp, one to the fingers with the exposed feet, no less. But a headbutt from Rosas staggers him.
Oh, that didn't affect Icarus at first, but that laid him out.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. And both Icarus and Rosas need a tag. This is make or break time for C4, Sinner and Saint.
The lights are on bright here in the Rose City, over 1,000 people.
Yeah, look at the face of Rosas. The lights are on, but nobody's home.
A show trending worldwide. The eyes of the wrestling world are upon us.
Oh, come on. Well, the eyes of Eddie Pearl were on Cody Chun.
Tag to Mansoor.
Guillermo Rosas, again, he wanted to tag in his own partner, but as I spoke to, he had no choice. He realized it was better to get out of the ring, even if it meant giving MXM an opportunity. Ricky Gibson sends Mansoor outside the ring. Big shoulder block from Cody Chun. These men hate each other. It is not professional jealousy. That is a Cody Rooney. Now can you dig that, sucker?
I can dig it.
Don't hate the player, hate the game as Chun with a series of southpaws winding up.
Whoop, ducked it, nope.
DDT, but in comes Pearl and
goodness.
Icarus.
Two guys, the same idea. Let's get Cody Chun out of there. Wait a minute.
Let's get Mason Madden in here.
Oh my goodness.
The powerhouse of MXM. I think one Mason Madden, as we're seeing here, is equivalent to both Icarus and Pearl, and then some. Big boot.
Don't call him Mace. This one half of this incredible tag team.
German suplex assisted.
Oh no.
Choke slam broken up by Gibson.
Almost had new tag team champions. Oh no, the height of that choke slam.
Another choke slam. And I think Icarus may belong to the hat trick.
Oh my goodness, look out, Judas.
No, third time was not the charm. Icarus able to escape. Big stunner.
And just when we thought Icarus flew too close to the sun, he was able to fly away with that stunner.
Man, it's a cliche, Brian Zane, but it's a cliche for a reason. You can have eyes in the back of your head at a moment like this. Nice move there from Chun, dropping Icarus. But in comes Eddie Pearl. They're thinking hot seat.
Hot seat incoming. Look out!
The leg is dropped off the backslide. But before they can capitalize, in comes Mansoor and Mason Madden. Spear in stereo.
You love to see it. Now strike a pose now.
Here comes Rosas, all sorts of fired up, using Mansoor as a weapon, a projectile against his own tag partner.
Blind tag. Mason is not legal, but he seems to be under the impression that he is.
He's goozling him. It is not an easy feat to drop Rosas, especially a Rosas that's this fired up down to his knees. And indeed, it ain't lasting.
Oh my gosh, the power to push away the goozle.
Body slam, but Icarus rolls him up. Oh, come on.
Here are your winners and still Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Sinner and Saint.
I warned you earlier about the likelihood of getting caught on an easy pinfall. Guillermo Rosas was way too into it and didn't see the schoolboy coming, and that was their downfall.
The Noise retain the tag team gold, but Brian, will the same be said about the Prestige Wrestling World Championship? As up next, Alan Angels puts it all on the line against Evil Uno in a street fight. It's main event time.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
And this is mine. And this is gonna stay mine for as long as I breathe. And if there's anybody that thinks they can make me stop breathing anytime soon, I guarantee you, you can't. Because I'm Alan goddamn Angels. And I'm gonna live forever. Luna! I hate you! I've hated you ever since day one!
Do you know that I was this close? I was this close to becoming Prestige World Champion. Like you've done to every single person before me. You screwed me over. You walked away champion on a technicality, you little shit. You would be no countouts, no disqualifications. Sinner and Saint are banned from ringside, and if they interfere, Evil Uno becomes champion. Call the match where the fuck you want. 5, you're not leaving Portland until you've bled every last drop.
Hey, you wanna make me bleed? You say the world would be a better place without me? Well then fucking kill me!
Okay. Well, someone's gonna have a nice day, you think?
There is nowhere to run. There is nowhere to hide as Mr. Brody Lee's baby boy makes his way to ringside.
Evil Uno with evil intentions, paying tribute to the hardcore legend, Mankind. And right now in this street fight, he could walk away the Prestige World Champion.
A shout out to that excellent video package. You saw the story clear as day. Evil Uno, the man who brought Alan Angels into the worldwide spotlight. The man who brought Alan Angels to Prestige Wrestling. Feeling betrayed by a man he once called a brother. And now he wants to take everything from that man.
What a night it's been for Prestige Wrestling. What a night it's been for these individuals.
Now hold on. Sinner and Saint just retained tag team titles, but it is very, very clear. We heard it from Evil Uno, we heard it from Angels himself. Sinner and Saint are banned from ringside. If they get involved in this matchup, it is stopped immediately. Uno is crowned world champion on the spot. I have no idea what they're doing here.
They are showing their moral support for the champion, the man who has been their guiding light, who has guided them in their careers here in Prestige, helped lead them to tag team championship glory, and now, after that heartfelt huddle, the champion is making his way to face the music.
I have made it very, very clear that I despise Alan Angels as a human being. But I'm gonna put all my cards on the table. If he can defeat Evil Uno here tonight, if he can successfully retain that Prestige Wrestling World Championship in a street fight with Sinner and Saint as a non-factor, he's no paper champion, he's no fluke, and even I will have no choice but to acknowledge him as our true and unequivocal world champion. But that is a big if, Brian Zane.
Well, you better keep your words short and sweet, because you might have to eat them later. Alan Angels, in my opinion, has more than proven himself as a standalone, as his own man, as a champion. And tonight, he looks to add to and cement his legacy, as over 1,000 fans voice their displeasure. You cannot argue with success. And here's something else you can't argue with. Still trending number 5 worldwide on social media. Hashtag Combat Clash PDX. If you're not watching this show, where the hell are you?
Guys, gals, non-binary pals, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. And it is a street fight for the Prestige Wrestling World Championship. Introducing first, the challenger to my left, fighting from the keep. He is the founder of the Dark Order, Evil Uno.
Listen to this reception. The fans throwing up the Dark Order claws.
And his opponent. To my right, fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, representing the noise, he is your Prestige Wrestling World Champion, the frontman, Alan Angel.
All right. The time for talking's over, Jordan. And it's time for us to see what Alan Angels is really made of.
Alan Angels defeated Alex Shelley to win that championship. He
Sure did.
successfully defended that championship against the Black Swan, against Drexel in the Devil's Playground, but perhaps most notably against Evil Uno himself.
I think those 5 chants are getting into the head of the champion here.
However, he did the first 3 with the insertion of Sinner and Saint. As we mentioned, they are a non-factor tonight. And in Alive or Just Breathing, he defeated Evil Uno the cheapest, lowest down way possible by laying his hands on the official. This is a street fight. There are no rules. Referee Devin Campbell's only job is to count the pin or call for a submission or knockout.
Ooh.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for Alan Angels. It is now or never.
Look at this. Oh, big boot to the mush. Look at this.
Evil Uno sending
Oh.
Angels outside the ring. This is not going to be a wrestling match, Brian Zane.
Nope.
This is going to be a brutal, bloody, violent affair.
I mean, oh boy, that table at the door, I should say.
We're 30 seconds in and a broken door is entering the ring. Already proven my point.
Evil Uno's a madman. He can break that with his bare hands. Look out.
Again, Evil Uno feeling slighted by Alan Angels, not just because he turned his back on the Dark Order, but because of what he said about the Dark Order, what he said about Evil Uno himself, the man who brought him into the spotlight, feeling disrespected, feeling used, made to be the laughing stock of that group. You remember episodes of Being the Elite. What was the running gag? Saying, F you, Alan Angels, leaving him behind in a golf cart, putting him in a mask, calling him 5, and frankly, as far as I'm concerned, it's better than he deserves.
How do you think Alan Angels felt all that time he was belittled in the Dark Order? He's his own man in Prestige. Yes, he runs with Sinner and Saint. Yes, collectively, they are the noise, but he is the champion for a reason. You may not like it, Jordan. You may hate the guy, but you cannot knock his success.
Well, how does Alan Angels feel? I think he's going to feel pretty bad.
Look out!
Evil Uno cracks him upside the skull with this steel chair.
Oh, boy. It's going to be a long night at the office for Alan Angels if Evil Uno has his way.
Uno directing traffic here.
Security, oh no!
Irish whip, wiping out the chairs. You know, it's a good thing that it's the main event, because we might not have a Viking pavilion by the time this street fight is through.
These fans paid for their seat. They're not even on the edge right now. Oh boy, things are going haywire in a hurry. They are heading near the hard cam territory.
Digging the steel chair into the abdomen of Angels. Now across the back.
Oh my goodness.
And I remember calling a match with one X-Pac, Sean Waltman, and he himself told me that as painful as a chair shot to the head was, a chair shot to the back was even worse. He would take a head shot to a back shot any day.
There's no time for talking about back shots here as we are. These guys are fighting into the section 110 right now. These fans are getting a hell of a show.
Evil Uno doing everything he can
with the tie
to make sure that Alan Angels has anything but a nice day. Shades of the American Dragon there.
That's right.
Another man who has defeated Alan Angels previous occasion. A favorite here in the Pacific Northwest. Let me ask you,
Washington's favorite son.
What would it mean for Evil Uno? An incredibly successful career under his belt, national acclaim, a tag team gold across the world. What would it mean for Evil Uno to capture singles world championship gold on this stage against his former rival?
I mean, I'm wondering what it would mean if one of these men fell from that balcony right now, because that would be horrific.
Very precarious position.
Wow, look at that shot.
Legions and legions of the Prestige faithful on their feet, joined in hatred for the world champion.
Whoop, almost threw him down the stairs.
Nasty landing avoided for Evil Uno, sending Angels face first into the wall.
Tell you what, these guys are really exploring the space here at the Viking Pavilion.
Giving us a tour around, 1,000 plus here in Portland.
Gotta watch out, gotta thank our crack production team for following the action here.
A shout out to GPW Productions. And truly, despite all the fun and merriment we have, I mean, this is a dangerous place to be. There are steel steps, steel chairs, thick, hard walls.
Yeah, look at that, water in the eye, gets him every time.
If that even was water from Alan Angels, who's to say?
Oh!
Again, Evil Uno cracking him upside the skull.
Well, I tell you what, this has been everything that's been advertised and then some. Evil Uno now really having his way with Angels. Look out, more chair bowling.
Proving my point, the Viking Pavilion in and of itself, Evil Uno's greatest weapon, using it to his advantage.
These guys are fighting like a couple of Vikings right now. Oh my God.
And there's that shot to the back. You see the effect on Evil Uno.
These guys are getting really close to us, Jordan. I don't like it.
This is too close for comfort.
Whoa. Yeah. Look at this.
I'm seeing
this
it,
is very
Alan
impressive.
Angels.
I'm very impressed.
Maybe focus.
I'm very
Maybe
impressed.
focus on your opponent.
Oh, no, God, no.
I'm getting out of here.
I'm fine.
Well, fans, we try to restore order. Brian Zane is barely conscious here. I mean, can we get some help out here for Zane, please? Angels rolling Evil Uno back inside the ring, and another shot with the steel chair to the back. I'm going to do my very best to take us home. The main event's still in progress. Get Alan Angels, it's been the story of his career. You heard it from Alex Shelley, the man he dethroned for that title. He is an amazing professional wrestler. He busts his ass. It's the attitude, it's the hubris, it's the cockiness. It cost him here at commentary, it may cost him in this matchup, but right now, the Dark Order hand symbol. Flagrant disrespect to Evil Uno and the past he left behind. Setting up the steel chair in the corner. Looking to send Evil Uno face first, but Uno avoids. Elbow to the gut. Boot of his own. It almost seems the boot of Evil Uno has been removed, and so is the sock. Nasty shot across the mush. Fans, we know what Evil Uno's thinking here. A makeshift Mr. Socko How does that taste, Angels? Oh, come on. Well, as Zane would say, Dick Kick City here. Angels finally gets the head of Uno across the chair. And Angels capitalizing, not going for the cover, instead blinded by rage, clubbing shots to the head of Uno and now ripping off the mask. Come on! The ultimate sign of disrespect. Angels is merciless. This is just as much about proving a point, proving he is better than Uno, than it is winning that championship, retaining that championship. Again, a shot to the back. Angel setting up the chair, center of the ring. DDT, my God! Head of Uno spiked on the steel. Cover, but only a 2. Angel still with the steel chair in hand. Again, this time cracking Uno upside the skull. Alan Angels is a man who has received a lot of hatred, a lot of vitriol from his peers, these fans, hell, from myself. But one thing you cannot argue about in regards to the Prestige Wrestling World Championship is his determination. He will do anything, and that means a barbed wire board. He will do anything to retain that championship by any means necessary. You heard it from the man himself. No girlfriend, no friends, no nothing. He sacrificed everything to become champion. Means his own life and limb. It certainly means that of Evil Uno. See a trash can propped up in the corner. Door at ringside. Barbed wire board. I'm not sure if Angels has any greater strategy or if he's giving himself options here. Kendo stick across Evil Uno's arm, and he's cut open something nasty, fans. I'm not sure if we can get a shot, but he is gushing blood through that mask. Angel's so proud of his handiwork. This sick, demented freak, rubbing the blood of his former brother all over his body. I'm looking to spill even more. You know, we saw a violent side of Angels when he retained the Prestige Wrestling World Championship in that Devil's Playground death match against Drexel. Think back to the Ghouls Realm against Sonico at Roseland 6, but this is on another level. More plunder, more destruction. Oh my God. A ladder retrieved from ringside. What Angels wants to do with that ladder, I have no idea, but it is not good. Certainly not for Evil Uno, who just got his neck drilled into the chair. Talk about knocking the wind out of Uno. Talk about knocking out your equilibrium. Uno, no doubt, already having trouble breathing with the loss of blood, but this is another level. Spitting in the face of everything Uno has built with the Dark Order. Something Angels was once so proud to be a part of. In his eyes, only a small rung on the ladder of success. Oh my God. Angels really taking his time here. Potentially giving Uno time to recuperate here. But I gotta be honest, fans, I'm not sure if Uno even has that much in him. Oh, come on, it's a staple gun. Where the hell did he get a staple gun? Ow, onto the exposed flesh. Oh my God. Come on. Uno shaking. He's losing control of his damn bodily function. Uno is shaking, vibrating here. Super kick from Angels, depositing Uno on the ladder. That is a steel ladder. And if I know anything about Alan Angels, he is trying to break it with Evil Uno's body. Taking his time, relishing this main event glory. Angel scaling the top. Frog splash! Uno's done. That's it. No! Just as he did at Alive or Just Breathing, just as he has done time and time before, and he will do time and time again. Evil Uno, against all odds, continues the fight. But Angels looking for the killing blow, looking for the Angels' wings. Butterflies the arms. But Evil Uno maintains his vertical base, trying to muscle Angels up, but instead a kick to the gut staggers him. Back body drop! Angel's shoulder clipped that ladder, something nasty. And that is a bad thing for the Halo stretch, for the Angels' wings. Two game enders for Alan Angels. Second time for good measure, big back suplex. And like a shark smelling blood in the water, Evil Uno may have a fighting chance in hell once again. Taking out the trash. Evil Uno said the world would be a better place without Alan Angels, without Five, as he called him, and looking to make good on that prophecy. Choke slam! Caving in the trash can, caving in Angels' championship reign. No! No, this time it's Uno putting his hands on the official. It's not going to cost him the matchup the way it did back at Alive or Just Breathing in their first Prestige Wrestling World Championship match. Taking your eyes off the ball, even after a choke slam this devastating, is not sound strategy for Evil Uno. Alan Angels retching, writhing in pain. And Evil Uno calling for the end. With the Prestige faithful behind him, 1,000 plus. Evil Uno muscles Angels up, but it's not enough. Angels goes for the Halo strike, set against the ropes and knocks down referee Devin Campbell. God damn it, Devin. Big suplex. Look at a double tap. Blue Thunder Bomb. Crunching the spine of Alan Angels into a fine powder. But damn it, there's no one to count the pin. Uno with another door. But again, it's all for naught. He can hit Angels with everything. If there's no official here, it doesn't matter. No. He's not considering this. Staple gun to the ass of Angels. And how apropos, Angels himself, the staple in the ass of Prestige Wrestling. The tables and the tides have turned. It is Evil Uno relishing in his handiwork, enjoying this en route to victory, thinking something evil through the door. But again, no official there to make the count. Uno's signaling the back, and we got Brad Lee. We got an official. No, Angels kicks out at the last second. Setting up that barbed wire door. What is it gonna take? Both of these men have hit each other with so much, and again, Evil Uno doing what he cannot do, not at this juncture. He's already knocked out one official. He can't afford to do the same to another. Evil Uno letting hatred, letting the vitriol that he has for his former Dark Order brother cloud his judgment. That'll wake you up. No! What? There was nothing accidental about that. Evil Uno is a different beast. No shirt, no shoes, but he may have the world championship in a matter of moments. What the hell is in that sack? I think I know, and I do not like it, fans. I do not like it one bit. Combat Clash PDX trending worldwide. Here free on YouTube. And Evil Uno looking to cap it off with World Championship glory. Throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the champion. He's looking under the ring. I'm not sure there's anything left under there. We've seen steel chairs and doors and barbed wire boards, and that is a knife. That is a blade that Evil Uno just got from ringside. I wouldn't have been surprised if he tried to stab Alan Angels, but instead, we're going to remove the ring skirt here. No. Come on. Uno, I understand the hatred for Angels, believe I do. I understand your dreams of becoming world champion, but this is another level. Steel chair. Just creaming the champ. Alan Angels is dead on arrival. That is a carcass. A twitching, walking carcass. Whipped with Uno's own belt. Uno wants the World Championship belt, but that'll have to do for now. And he's finishing the job. Yet, fans, I believe Evil Uno is trying. He's trying to remove the padding on our ring here. I mean, a professional wrestling ring. If you've never stepped foot, if you've never wrestled in a ring, it is not a comfortable place to fall, even with the softest of padding. To remove it, there is nothing but hardwood and hard steel beams underneath. And that's what Evil Uno was willing to do. That's how much he hates Angels, and that's how much he needs to become world champion. He's willing to risk his own damn career in pursuit. Oh, but he spent too much time. Angels went for the low blow, but Uno caught it. Turnabout, fair play. No, come on. Come on. pile driver! Jesus Christ! Evil Uno's your new world champion. No! Evil Uno just drilled Alan Angels onto his neck, onto hardwood and hard steel. And still, the champ fights on. And there is that plastic bag. Oh my God. As if the exposed ring wasn't enough, as if the wood and the steel wasn't enough. Now we have thumbtacks in the center. But Angels digging Evil Uno's exposed feet into the thumbtacks. Halo strike. Uno goes back first into the tacks. Halo strike once again. My God, he's gonna do it, fans. This son of a bitch is gonna do it. A steel chair wrapped in barbed wire. Didn't even try to pin him. Didn't even try. Again across the back. No, 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 no. Halo strike! Barbed wire chair! Into the face of Uno! He did it. My God, fans, he did it. No sinner in saint, nowhere to run, and nowhere to hide. Alan Angels has defeated Evil Uno. Alan Angels is still your one and only true and rightful Prestige Wrestling World Champion. You don't have to like it. Hell, you don't have to even respect it. But there is no denying after tonight that the noise own Prestige Wrestling. God have mercy on our souls.